Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Clockwork Nexus. You are here on a Monday night, which means you are tuned in for Shattered Awakenings. Most of us are here, kind of, somewhat, trying to be, but most of us are here and present, so we're going to rock it. Before we have Strato give us a rundown, a recap, let's try to do introductions, and hopefully Ken is actually here this time. His computer's giving him a little trouble, but we're going to do the best we can. So, Strato, start us off. Introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? Go!
Hi, I'm Stratosphere Pete, also known as Chad. I'll be playing Orcaithera, your Aragonasi druid. And yeah,
Beautiful.
what I have for now.
Awesome. Patrick.
I'm Patrick, also known as Castlevania 86 on the interwebs, and I am playing Balor Hawk, the Hexblade of the group tonight.
Beautiful. Ken, are you here? Are you good? To be determined. All right. We'll go down to a newcomer for this time. She keeps trying to get away, but I keep dragging her back into my madness. Now there's two Kens. That's fun. But in the meantime, Taylor, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, my name is Taylor Renee, also known as Nerdy Pinup Girl on most social media platforms, mainly active on TikTok and Instagram. If you like cosplay, if you like special effects makeup, if you like Smashable monsters, spooky stuff, or just random nerdy quotes that just appear in my head, you should totally give me a follow. Today, I am going to be playing Samara Raven Petal. She is a barbarian, extremely protective, and is a bit of a bitch. I'll just leave it at that. And we will go on to the next individual, which seems to have quite the crowd going on.
As he usually does. Thank you for keeping the kitty butthole off the screen, but Daniel, you're next.
My entire desk is now trashed, thanks to the cat leaping from my chair to the table over many things. I'll be playing Zaltharic Stonefist, a mountain dwarf barbarian who apparently
I don't know.
Thank you. Has a tendency to be late to things.
That he does. All right, and last but not least, who seems to finally be here,
No, stop.
Ken.
We forgot Lily, too.
We did. Holy shit. I went right over Lily because I was distracted by Cat. I'm sorry.
How
That's
dare!
my bad,
How
Lily.
dare! How dare you go over her greatness?
On the night I dressed
There is a
up,
lot
on
going
the night
over
I
here.
looked nice. Wow.
Okay, I am sorry, but I am looking down at Daniel's screen
her
and
error.
having a buttload of, for one, overstimulation, and for two, wanting to yell at him and now apparently his kid. Dude,
My brother in Christ.
stop, you mother.
Just mute me!
Fuck him!
And we lost Ken
I'm
again.
not talking about Daniel. Dude, I don't know what's going on. This is going to be a fucking great stream.
Okay, well, hi, I'm
Lily.
Lily, or Lady Lily on all socials. I'm playing Linnea Iris, a very sweet, very charming, a little martyry insufferable cleric. So let's have fun with that. She's a
Speaking
Disney
of
princess. Leave me alone.
insufferable.
Like
Okay.
a martyr, like an insufferable martyr.
I hear you. No, I fully get what you're saying. Daniel's screen is driving me absolutely insane right now.
There's cute babies. Shh.
Well, yeah. But there's also nope, can't do it. Okay. So, Ken, do we have you now? Even sans video? Ken's having all sorts of fun. That's
Everybody, this is more Drunken Blade. I am playing Lunatic, the party.
grumpy.
The not rocket, remember, specifically the not rocket.
Inspired.
Selkie is watching at home. But yes, he is in particular a not rocket raccoon folk. All right, well, hopefully he gets his stuff figured out. I don't know what's going on with him. You know what it might be, Ken, and I'm not even joking. If you got all that stuff saved onto your computer and not your flash drive, that could be a problem, and it could be slowing down your computer, taking up your memory space. If you can hear me, I don't know. Nope, he can't hear shit. All right, Strato, hit us with a recap.
All right. So, last week we picked up in the scrapyard in quite the predicament. Getting brought into the gang's hideout, where I was quickly put to sleep, and Linnea and Baylor were tied up. As Luna stayed far back and began to slowly move in towards us, where it was eventually revealed that it was in fact just a test all along, and the bandits weren't actually bandits or gang. They were all illusions, and we pretty much failed their test. And after kind of talking our way through the failure, we managed to convince them to give us a second shot, where we got the mission to go take out some unsightly folk outside of the city who have been kidnapping and forcing some people into the mines. So we quickly began to head out to the pillar so that we could head up to the surface with our new fake IDs, where we came across a turbine and might have crushed a few innocent people's houses with a turbine blade on accident. But we did make it to the surface before very quickly almost running out of time and making it to our train, where we were a bit out of our element. But it was overall a relaxing ride, except for the existential crisis that Ori accidentally put on Linnea through a fortune reading. And then we ended up in the city of Embervale with the mission to head north to the Okono Wood to meet these
Alright.
unsightly folk. I think that's all the important things.
I think you hit most of them. Patrick, I sent you some messages to be aware of since
I'm reading it now.
since Ken seems to be having difficulties, but that's okay.
I'm just casting Moonbeam on his setup right now.
Yeah. All right. So, in the meantime, if Daniel can get 2 seconds without his kid screaming into the mic, I don't know. No. So, you guys are kind of making your way into the town of Embervale, which is, like I said, because keeping in mind, Taylor, that we are in this kind of neo-modern setting. So, picture Final Fantasy VII-ish. If you haven't played that, is pretty much just a blend of modern technology and high fantasy stuff. So electricity.
Plenty of anime, Brian. I got this. You're fine.
Sweet. So I'm actually going to, before we start, I'm going to take it back with something. So to establish something, on the note of, like, you know, with this kind of neo-modern thing in the blend, electricity as we know it doesn't exist so much in the game, right? It's all arcane powered. That means that all of you guys that have any kind of detect magic, when you guys use it, you get just this field of just this constant presence of this almost synthetic magic that's kind of there, and then you guys just pick up these really muted colors for oh, my camera just this is going to be wonderful tonight. So you kind of get these really muted colors for the magic that comes up, and they do kind of all seem to take colors of their own. So that's something to keep in mind when you are in the major cities. But to get us back to where we are, and there we go. Had to plug my camera back in, sorry. So you guys are down here in the city of Embervale. It is a mining town. You see that it is kind of, you guys are arriving later in the afternoon, I think we established. Or no, actually in the morning, didn't I? Anybody remember? I think it's in the morning. So you see a bunch of guys making their way to work. You guys see that they're kind of, it looks like it had rained recently. So kind of just puddles and everything is kind of everything just kind of dotting the street. You guys kind of see people sloshing their way. Nobody's looking too happy in particular. Yeah, so what are you guys doing? We did go over that. You guys are seeing the natural world, most of you, for the first time. And you guys do get off the train, and you do see waiting for you down there is your dwarven compatriot that's kind of just sitting there, arms crossed, chilling in the kind of the station area. What are you guys doing?
Linnea would kind of pop up and like pull on Beller. I see Zaldric. I see Zaldric.
Well, he does kind of stand out a little bit. It's amazing he got here before us, but I wonder if he had to drop a turbine fan off for repairs as well.
Oh, is that what we're calling it? Okay.
We'll go with it. It's not extremely accurate to what we did, but it's a nice spin on it.
Is the sun supposed to hurt when you look right at it?
I don't know.
It's a ball of fire.
But it's so pretty.
Well, nobody else seems to be staring at it, so maybe we shouldn't stare directly at it.
To counterpoint that, I am also staring directly at it.
We've never seen the sun. This is
Wow.
This is big.
I'm the Circle of Stars druid. That's like the biggest star in proximity.
Then you just
All
close
right.
your eyes and soak
I was going to say, well, both of you, since you're staring at the sun, give me a con save real quick.
Four.
Awesome.
16.
16. All right.
Together
So,
we're
Linnea,
20.
you managed to kind of blink away kind of the dots that appear after staring at the sun. Ori, you stared at it just a little too hard. You're going to go ahead and have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight for the next 4 hours.
Go.
Because staring at the sun has consequences. All right. So, one of you got something to do. Is anybody actually going to Zaltaric, by the way? Or just saying, hey, there
yeah. Yeah, we're moving. We're moving.
busy
Sorry, as
staring
we
at the
stare at the
sun.
sun, we were moving. You can do both.
Oh, by the way, did your all's watch send you all a message?
Yeah.
No?
No.
No?
Oh, are you asking?
Cinnamon
Yes,
Roll hasn't
I'm
told me
asking
anything.
them.
My bad. I thought you were asking if yours did. My
No.
bad. Continue. Do you?
Cinnamon
No.
Roll just looks cute.
This is a sundial. I don't think it receives messages.
They probably sent the message to the responsible one. But anyway,
Oh, so they sent it to
says-
Celtic.
It's says we're supposed to meet an Agent Gray at the Mine Shaft, which is a tavern, and it gives me a phrase to say, but I'm not going to say it out loud because for reasons, you two mainly. So maybe we should make our way to the mine shaft.
I would just like to gently remind you all that you shouldn't be using your real names. Mr. Responsible.
No, my name is Mr. Rorik Greensmile, sir. What's yours?
What, you don't remember me, Isol Drusk? The Isol Drusk?
Do I have
World
to say
famous-
mine?
World famous divination expert?
I don't think I'm gonna
The
be able
Fate
to
Seer?
answer this.
Well, we can just refer to you as Hey You.
Well,
And I don't know what our short friend over here's real name is because he wasn't around. We didn't get his passport, so
I believe
what's
we
your
did
name,
get his
sir?
passport.
I really thought I was about to hear that kid just cuss out a storm, dude. Like, y'all mother. We're 20 minutes in. We're good to start cussing. It's all right.
out of Trisley Raincrown,
Get some pants on! No! I do have pants on!
That was better than cussing.
I mean, yeah.
clip. Think I'm joking.
That has to go into the.
I'm
That has-
so happy I'm waiting to have kids.
That needs to go in the. That needs to go in the out of context quotes section of the Discord. I do have pants on.
Having a blast, throwing clothes at me, the cat's jumping from chairs over microphones. If you hadn't muted me, it would have been dangerous. Let's just say that.
I kind of saw it going that way.
Yeah. It was...
Now, if you could remind your family that this is live streamed out on the internet and that people do watch it.
I've told them once. I mean, if they're gonna say that my son is pantsless when he's got pants, that's on them.
That's on them.
That's on them. Enough. Told you. Enough. So have they reached me at this point, or are they
Yeah.
walking up currently?
Absolutely. And y'all hear just this. You see this mom that is struggling with this obnoxious toddler that's like running around sans pants, like just like waving him around, like, "Woo! I got no pants on.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
And I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk up to. I guess who would be up front? I don't think Linnea would be, because I think
Mr.
Oh, no, she would
Mr.
be.
Rorik Greensmile would be.
right.
Trisley Raincrown.
Right. I'll walk up to Trisley Raincrown there, with my hand extended, and say, "It is so good to rejoice. My name is Kildrak Fireforge."
Wow, yours is way cool. I'm Trisley Raincrown.
It is a pleasure. Who are your compatriots?
They're gonna tell you that themselves.
I believe I've already stated my name is Rorik Greensmile.
Isol Drusk. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
I believe we have a meeting at the mine shaft we need to get to.
I believe we do. Would I have? Would I know where this is?
No, you've been here for like. All you did was get off on a different car because they shoved you off in front of everybody, because you were a little more eager than everybody else. Really, you were just gone last week, so we're using it as an excuse.
All good.
You got to ride first class while everybody else was back in second class. So.
Dude, I got free tea. That's the best kind.
I got
What,
Dunkin' Donuts.
what were the other names? Rorik Green Smile. What were the other names?
I sold
Tristly
Trust.
Rain Crown. Like Tristly, the way it sounds.
Ken, do we got you? Do we got you yet, or are you still in and out?
And who were you, Ori?
Isol Drusk. ISOL.
Yeah.
I made the bad joke last week. Isol Sirius.
Well, duly noted. I won't make that joke.
It's gonna come up at some point. Just watch. It'll be perfect.
Don't worry, we'll forget these names and call each other by our real
Oh,
names.
100%. I'm fully. That's why I wrote them down. So everyone's kind of headed generally to work because it's morning time. Is the mine like obviously stated like mine this away, like on a sign?
Well, the tavern's the mine shaft.
I was gonna
We
say
have a
the mine is pretty, like, it's kind of a central part of the town, yeah. But you are not going for the mine itself exactly. You're going for a tavern known as the Mine Shaft.
Tavern. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I will persuade Ori to stop. Damn it. I'll persuade Isol to stop staring at the sun. I don't know if Rorik is still staring at the sun. No.
No.
Or Tristal. I'm sorry. Tristal. I don't know if Tristal's
Tristly?
staring at the sun.
Ooh. Tristly is kind of like closed eyes soaking up warmth.
Gotcha. Sunbathing. And I will make the comment that we should probably get a move on.
All right. Well, until we know for sure if Ken can actually hear us, we're just going to go ahead and say that Ken is following you guys at a distance, as he has made canon does happen. And anytime he gets his stuff figured out, he can chime in. And hopefully he can hear me saying that, because I'm trying to reach out to him any way I know how. But
We love you, Ken.
in the meantime, you guys wander around a little bit. You guys find your way to what's kind of the town square, and you guys are wandering around for an hour and a half, 2 hours, just seeming to walk around in circles until you realize that there is just a big ass building that, even this early in the morning, it kind of has a raucous energy coming out of it. Just reeks of alcohol. It has absolutely no sign on it at all. It is just a 4-story building, dingy, dirty as shit. Broken windows in the front. Just looks like a real stand-up establishment. I'll say that. And somebody does point that out, assuming you guys would ask at some point, that yeah, that is the mine shaft. And they tell you to be careful.
I look over at Linnea and be like, I think they talking to you.
What? Oh,
Be careful. Remember what I said on the train. Things go south. Just stay by me.
yes, because you don't want to die.
No, I do not. So I guess we go in.
All right. So you guys make your way in, and yes, this is absolutely the definition of a seedy ass dive bar. Ground floor, not even wood plank floors. It is straight up dirt floor and everything that is always seeming like it's kind of just always some kind of wet with what you'd probably rather not know. Kind of a mixture of spilled booze and blood and other such bodily fluids. But you go in there. There's about 7 or 8 guys that are all bellied up to the bar. One guy at the end that is like face down on the bar, looks like he hasn't moved in like hours. But you do see his kind of shoulders slowly rising and falling, indicating that he is still breathing. Kind of back in the corner, you see a couple of people that seem to be shaking dice and doing their thing. One of them seems to be getting kind of upset. But
besides those, is there any super oddity type things, like anything super out of the ordinary?
in terms of what are you looking for?
Somebody trying to be inconspicuous, but they're kind of conspicuous.
Give me a perception check real quick.
14.
14. No, nobody seems to be too. Nobody's trying to be inconspicuous. I'll say it that way.
Okay.
They're just doing their normal thing.
Linnea would kind of look around all the grime. She's trying really hard to find something pretty. Can she roll for perception to see if she finds
Go
something
for
pretty?
it. Go for it.
That's an 18 plus a 6 for a 24.
All right, so with a 24, you notice a couple things. For one, you notice that at this time of day, through one of the broken panes of glass, because you see the glass that is still in the windows, grimy as shit, looks like it hasn't been washed in decades, like just caked on dust. But with one of them being broken, the sun is shining in and catching like all of the different liquor bottles and like all the different colors of liquor, and that's kind of pretty. But then you notice in the corner is kind of a tall, slightly buffed out, like, I don't want to say the other word because I don't want to get flaked, but kind of laced out gothic chick, mixture of leather and lace, kind of sitting there, buffed out arms a little bit, stern ass look on her face, and she is looking pissed off at the person that she is rolling dice with. But even in her pissed off state, yeah, she's kind of hot.
Linnea's eyes just kind of wide, like, pretty. And she says this in clear, like right next to Baylor.
Translation: smash.
So like you like tap and go. Do you do like point this out?
It's like pretty. Look.
Well, hello.
She then like grabs, just like, Jared, don't do that.
Why? Why not?
Because as pretty, that will eat you alive.
I got this. Don't worry.
I do this for a living.
Look. If I survived good old Blue when we first met Blue, I think I can probably handle this.
All
She
right.
kind of like silently starts praying for him, like, oh.
So at this point, Taylor, would you describe your character to us in a little more detail?
So in the corner, you would see a 6'3" woman, half elf, half drow. She has extremely sharp features, her shoulders, and she looks rather lean due to her tall stature, but she has extremely toned muscle. She is dressed in a leather armor vest of sorts that is adorned with black lace. And she has tattoos along her arms that also look like black lace, also extending somewhat across her collarbones and chest. She has a large scar down her left eye. And she had, and the one thing that very much stands out about her is her long silver hair that she keeps in a very tight uniform braid off down to the side, and the large, like, maul that she has strapped to her back with golden piercing eyes, just staring daggers into this motherfucker across the table as she is gripping a handle of liquor. And you would just watch her take a swig after she finishes rolling some dice, and she looks like she is about to fucking leap across the table, but she keeps a very composed stature. But her eyes are just kind of like that of a snake that are just saying, I'm going to fucking destroy this motherfucker. Because there's something off that she's not liking about it.
I look over Linnea. I think I can fix her.
Awesome.
Um,
So,
I think that's gonna break you.
Don't know
so
until we find out.
Samara, you are sitting here, your coin purse a little lighter since you've been playing dice with this guy. You are sitting across from a pretty solidly built half orc who is, honestly, he's probably like 4 or 5 inches taller than you, quite a bit wider. And he's just been sitting there. Y'all been playing dice the whole game, and he kind of just sits there, scooping up his dice and putting them in the cup one more time, and sitting there like, "Well, at some point, darling, you're gonna have to quit, or I'm gonna take everything you got."
Samara, she just kind of sits there. She gives a bit of a snort, and she kind of looks at the dice as she scoops them up. May I roll an insight check on like how this guy is carrying himself exactly?
In what regard? Like,
What kind of confidence is he showing? Is it confidence of luck, or is it confidence of something I know that I have something in my back pocket?
go for it.
That is an 18 plus 5.
Okay. You get that he is very confident in what he does. He plays it very close to the chest, so you're not getting a super good read on if he's got something in his back pocket, but he definitely seems more confident than a gambler should.
Samara is gonna kind of her golden eyes just kind of shift to the cup holding his dice, and she goes, "Well, I can tell that you are indeed a gambling man. So, why don't we switch dice for this go around, you and me? See what kind of luck fares on those who've touched it. Care to play? Or are you too much of a pussy?"
Oh no, darling. I'd be more than happy to let you play with my dice.
It's always fun to roll and twist. And she will then just swipe the dice from, like, literally swipe the cup from his hand. I can make a sleight of hand or something if need be.
Go for it.
That is a fucking 15 plus 3 for a 18.
All right. So you definitely snatch a cup, and you have it, and it's there. And now what we're going to do for this is you're going to take 5d6, and you are going to roll them. Just like the rules that we established. So
I haven't played Yahtzee in so fucking long.
it's not Yahtzee because that's copyrighted.
I haven't played Yahtzee in so fucking long.
It's called Dragon Dice.
I haven't played your mom in so fucking long.
Now the game is just called Your Mom.
All right. So you said 5?
Yep.
Okay, God. I'm gonna have to I'm horrible at learning new games. I haven't played.
So just roll your 5d6. How much gold are you putting down on the table right now for this, by the way?
How much did you give me at the beginning of this?
Typical, you'd start with about 15, but you've been working for who you've been working for a while. So let's say that you're walking around with about 30 gold on you.
30 gold. She'd probably put about 10 gold down.
All right.
And
Meanwhile, I stare at my 29 copper I have in my pocket.
so I currently have a 1,
Don't
2.
tell me. Don't tell me.
Sorry, fuck.
You got to keep it in. You keep it to you until.
I gotta write shit down now.
Yep.
God damn it.
No, you. Okay, so you keep however many you want to keep. Reroll however many you want to reroll. But your goal is to hit one of those things. One of the things that I put out there to you, I'm gonna post it in everybody's in the group chat so everybody can see it. Ciao. Let's go with that. There you go. All right. So I have made my 3 rolls already.
Okay, so we get 3. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so do we now reveal what we have?
Yeah.
So I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 4.
Okay. So what that would be what's called the Dragon's Wing. So that would be for 30 points. And he lifts up his cup, revealing not your dice, but another set of his own. And you see all 6s on the table.
Samara's going to take the dice that he gave them, and she's going to kind of just fondle them. She's going to take kind of a bit of a roll with them, and she's going to kind of roll them a few times to see if there is any sort of pattern involving these dice.
Okay. So you see them and they land, and you see 4 of them go to land on 6. Make a perception check for me real quick. And if any of you guys in the party are watching this, you can too.
All right, that is a 17 plus 5.
Okay.
This is surprisingly a very perceptive fucking barbarian.
17.
That's a nat 20
17 plus
Or what?
for perception, so 22.
It's a 12.
22 for me as well. Twinsies.
Okay.
Gonna roll at my disadvantage here.
Oh, that's right. Sunlight.
That's a 9.
I still think that's
Okay, so with your guys' 22, you just see him kind of make this kind of hand gesture as the dice rolls, and you see 2 of the dice that were about to land on 6 suddenly flip over to a 4.
Okay, so does a hold on. That's not right. Sorry, I gotta check my stats here.
By the way, Ken, if you can still hear us at any point, dude, just shoot me a message or hop in and say something. I don't know if you can hear us or not, but
Does a 24 hit?
yeah.
Okay, Samora would like to go to just slam this motherfucker's head into the table.
Okay. All right. So that would be an unarmed strike. So what is
Yeah,
your
20
strength
that was
modifier?
It was a 20. Oh, so
Are you swinging with your hammer?
Oh no, I'm just gonna grab
Okay.
him by the fucking back
Yes.
of the head and
So
slam
that
it
is
into
this
the
is going to
table.
count as an unarmed strike. So it is
And it was a
1 plus
24,
your
it was
strength modifier.
Okay.
So yeah, you're hitting him.
Okay.
So what's your strength modifier?
So my strength is a +5.
So you're going to do 6 damage to this guy.
Okay.
And-
And
Go ahead.
She will immediately slam the bottle right next to his nose as she leans in and she goes, "Do you really think I didn't see that fucking little twitch of yours? If you want to play a fucking gambling game, you better be ready to play it fairly, or at least make sure you don't get caught."
Is one of his
Seeing all
arms
this-
hanging off the edge of the table?
Say what?
Is one of his arms like after she slams his head down to the table?
Yeah.
Was one of his arms like, like if you were to lay down on a table with your head down, is one of his arms like?
Well,
the
it
edge?
becomes very hard to see because suddenly, instead of just one half orc, there's like 4 standing there now.
Hey, Mom. Can you look at the one you were talking about? I like this one and this one. Unity and
Okay, I'm going. Seeing this, I'm just gonna pull out my hammer.
Oh, beautiful.
Um,
I look over at Linnea. I'm like, I don't know. I'm starting to question the fixing issue now.
Feeling more of that
Uh,
breaking like I was talking about.
and I'm just
Yeah.
going to.
the latest on
What she's like 6'7"?
6'3".
She's 6'3".
Oh, okay. I'm going to
Well, you're
hovel.
short, so it
I'm
seems
going
like
to hovel up because I'm like 5 feet tall. I'm just
Okay.
wheeling up. Because you said there's 4 half orcs standing. I'm guessing around this dude, like that's his posse.
From what you can tell.
Okay. I'm going to prepare a reaction or prepare an action.
Okay.
That if any of them make a move toward an attack, that my hammer will attempt to go through their skull.
Okay, so you're going to make an attack roll if one of them moves at her aggressively.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right. Well, that doesn't take long because one of them absolutely does reach for her.
Hold on, Baylor did.
Yeah,
Rourke has something.
What's up? Yes.
this
What's
is
up?
this is me doing it in a persuasive thing. So I'm gonna roll persuasion.
I appreciate you.
15. Everybody,
Okay.
let's just make this a wash, and we'll just have a redo. Since we're all on a level playing field, I have my own dice. Look, I do not know any of you all here, so I have no dog in this fight. Why don't we let the lovely lady roll again? I hand her my dice and say, "May these dice be in your favor," and we'll just go from there. What happens, happens.
I'm so proud of you, Baylor. It was so good.
Okay. So
No
the
hot
guy
feelings,
is
we'll just, it's all just calm down. It's probably been a long day for all of you working in the mine. Let's just relax and have a nice, friendly game.
so the guy sits there and he just kind of like wipes the blood from his nose and sits there and says, "One more hand then."
No funny business. Let's just make this a straight, friendly competition game.
Samara,
Of course.
she kind of shifts her eyes to this Baylor individual as she's just like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" She's kind of like backhand your dice away as she takes her own set of dice, which is a set of amethyst dice made of stone, and she will turn back to the individual, and she just kind of leans forward, placing her hands on both of her knees, and she goes, "If I see any fucking funny business in the same way you've been pulling shit this whole night, I will not only rip your head off your damn shoulders, I will take all the money that is worth for you and your family. Do you understand me?"
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Pulling my ear. I just say, be ready. This isn't going to end well. I can already tell.
My money's on her.
Say the word and I blast away.
Can I keep my prepared reaction?
Sure.
My book is out for a spell.
Ori has something.
What's up?
I want to prepare an action to see if he casts any, if he starts doing any like verbal or semantic components to a
Okay.
spell. I want to thorn whip his hand.
Okay.
I
So
just
I'll
walk
prepare
over to
that.
the back of Samara. I'm like, good luck.
And Samara will kind of take her own dice before just again glancing back over at Baylor for a minute.
Okay.
And she then just takes it and she rolls. Do we do the same 5d6?
Yep.
Where is
Can I make a perception check on the other 4 individuals just in case they're not doing anything?
Sure. You're checking out the other half orc individuals. Ken, now that we got you and Luna
16.
16. Okay. Would Luna be in the tavern with everybody else?
You're
You are
muted.
muted, sir.
Is this the mine shaft?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
But he heard the message. But she heard the message of "Be prepared." It's not going to end well.
Got it. Okay. What? So the 3 rolls are made. You guys reveal your hands. What do you got?
be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Funny thing is that's actually exactly what I got. All right. So the bet doubles and we roll again. That's funny.
So wait, so we roll like all the dice again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another 3.
Oh, another 3?
Yeah.
Oh, another 3 rolls. Okay.
Yeah, like a whole nother hand.
All right.
Can
Hey,
I cast
Luna.
guidance?
Guidance, the
If I
gambling.
can, I do. Guidance.
So you just go up to this person that you haven't met before with a bunch of people watching to make sure that nobody's cheating and helping, and you cast guidance.
Not like that. Oh, I have to touch her. Never mind. I have to touch her. I was trying to be like,
You don't
Okay,
want
like-
to touch Samara right now. I'm just warning you. Like, you're gorgeous and you're pretty, and she's totally a girl's girl, but do not touch her.
All right. So
After my 3 rolls, I have 3 1s and 2 4s.
all right. So you have the Dragon's Claw for 25 points, which actually adds up more. He has 3 1s, a 2, and a 3. So, you know, he kind of stands up and kind of like slides your gold over to you.
Samara
says-
just takes it.
Okay. What's your passive perception, by the way?
Making me fucking nervous, Brian.
Hey Luna, what was that name that they gave you
My-
for the ID?
What?
Nothing. We can worry about it later.
My
What's up?
passive perception is 15.
All right. Cool. So you go for your coin purse and you find that it's not there. Luna, if you are outside of the tavern, you notice that there is a little Maypok female that is just kind of dressed in all black, kind of hood up on a hoodie and everything, looking really diminutive, but she is smiling as she is just clinking coins in a coin purse.
Okay.
Just telling you. She's just walking out. She's happy. Samara, was there anything distinctive about your coin purse?
It probably would have had a
Said
little.
bad motherfucker on it.
No, it would have been a dark, like a dark gray leather, and it would have had a rose, with flower petals around it, embroidered in, like a gold leaf-esque sort of embroidery.
Well, you see something, Luna, that looks kind of like that. All right, so he slides over the gold. So that would be because the bet got doubled. So you still have, so you got 20 gold on you.
Yeah, Samara at that point, she's going to take a swig of her bottle before she turns back to Baylor. She stands up. She kind of kicks the chair back under the table and she goes, I do not wish to play with the types who like to sleight their hand when it comes to games of gambling. Have fun entertaining yourself and have the day you fucking deserve. And she will then turn to Baylor, and if
I
there's
thought you were saying that to me. I'm like, what did I do?
Oh no, she's saying that to the motherfucker she was playing with. She then turns to Baylor upon hearing that particular phrase that he said earlier, and she kind of glances at whatever rest of the party is around him and motion for them. Is there like a separate side room or something for like parties and shit that they could go to?
Not a side room so much, but you know that because this is a 4-story tavern and it's kind of open in the middle, hence the name the Mine Shaft. And if you go to the upper 2 floors, they are all but empty most of the time.
If she's been there, she probably knows like a common like place that's usually empty, and if she is in there, people know not to go in there. So she will probably lead them up to I would say probably the 3rd floor. And if they follow her, and she won't say much. She literally just kind of gives the look of like I smell what you're stepping in, Sensei, and is like, follow me.
I look over Lena. I'm like, see, look, I got this.
I'll follow your lead. Also,
Okay.
I'm really sorry. I think I said your real name earlier.
Oh, these people don't remember my name. So I kind of like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So why don't we all meet in this room?
All right.
So I guess we follow her up.
All right. Just so that I know what's going on, Luna, what are you doing as your party is in the tavern?
I guess I'm just watching outside. Oh,
okay.
My hood has been up. I'm just there's a chair or a seat. I guess I'll just be comfortably sitting in a seat.
Okay. So yeah, there's definitely kind of like a little, because it's kind of right on the town square, so there's a little bench or whatever. You can just be sitting there. Your feet kind of dangle off because it's a little tall for a Maypok, but
then I'll move to something that's not a little tall for a Maypog.
Okay. Well, there's definitely like, some crates and stuff. You can find one of those and kind of get yourself a comfortable seat. All right, so back up to the 3rd floor of the mine shaft. You guys walk in and you guys see Samara there, sitting there. I'd imagine like arms crossed, looking.
Samara still has that fucking handle of liquor in her hand. If there is a table, she's going to sit down. You hear the heavy clinking of steel toe boots as she kicks them up on her table. And she then turns to them and she goes, so, considering what you said back there, are you the rookies I'm supposed to be finding?
So I go to a chair and I do the typical Riker Star Trek Next Generation thing. Swinging the leg over. And
Make
that's it.
make a deck save.
Do it.
I don't usually like root for player like Nat ones, but I kind of want one.
It's an 18 for a 20.
Damn. He looks damn fine doing it.
Yes.
Samara literally shows no emotion. She has been deadpan. Like, even when she showed rage, she kept a deadpan expression the whole entire time. She doesn't really show much emotion on her face. She just kind of sits there, looks at him. She just kind of raises a brow, just being like, why are you sitting silly like that? And then just takes another swig from her bottle.
Now, you use the term rookies. That's a very derogatory term. We're all special in our own way. It's our first time
bullshit
together.
Everyone's special in their own way. How you decide to execute it and if you fucking survive it is the fucking question. I'll call you rookies until I can see that you can face the shit that I've gone through and many others in my career. Do you understand me? I'm not going to depend on you until I realize I can. Because as far as I can see, we have an adorable lady here, and you guys, as she gestures to the other two, or the other three.
Also, that
Hi.
wave, those waves, that's Linnea.
Greetings.
Beaming smile and
Okay, then let's just cut the pleasantries and get straight to business, because you seem like a woman who's just laser focused on a goal. We kind of got a loose definition of what we're supposed to do, so why don't you fill us in on all the blanks?
Okay. Sorry, I gotta go to my notes that Brian has sent me.
My little book is kind of like peeking over my shoulder, and Linnea's kind of like, I know, right? She's really pretty, but very scary. But
Brian, I don't
just like
think you
little conversations.
I don't
did.
think you elaborated as to what like Samara is supposed to explain to them outside of she's just supposed to be picking up some rookies.
I did. I 100% did.
Ori's got to
I'm
stand
looking,
up.
I'm looking.
While she's
Oh.
looking, is
Ah,
there
okay.
any
There
water?
you go. Yeah. I mean, you can order water. What they give you is
I was gonna say,
water-ish.
if it's not super clear, I won't do what I was gonna try to do. But if it's
Oh no!
just
Like as
regular
you
water-
take the water, you like look at it, and it's like
I was gonna-
yellowish, brackish water that's just like
You know what
I
they
was
say?
gonna
If it's
try to
brown,
take
drink it
the
drown.
water. I was gonna try to take the water and use a medicine check to eye drop myself, since I was staring at the stun earlier.
that's up to you if you want to.
I don't want the disease water in my eyes.
I like
so
how everybody's like, mm-mm.
no. If it's not clear water, I'm not doing it.
If you can't drink it, don't put it in your eyes.
Give me a perception check with disadvantage since you're trying to look at it.
Okay.
Ooh, the water's glowing.
I just rolled a straight roll. Not what to do. It's gonna be a 14.
14.
Mm-hmm. +5 coming in.
All right. Say what?
I said +5 coming in clutch.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of like sit there and like you guys see Ori like looking at the water, like he's doing the squint and like opening his eyes, like kind of like trying to see, and like you think about it for a second, and then you're like, yeah, better not.
He's not that dumb.
No, he's just half blind right now.
I mean, he did stare at the sun.
Look, I've never
Precedent
seen the
of not
sun, but I
dumb.
know you're not supposed to stare at it.
All right. So
It's like
now
a
that
light
we
bulb.
established, Taylor, that I did in fact tell you
Yes,
what you're
I
supposed to be
found
doing.
it. I found it. I'm sorry. My
It's all good.
apologies.
Hey, this was all really kind of last minute because we got busy this weekend, so we both did.
But-
So it's all right.
Samara again will just kind of take another pull from her bottle as she listens. She goes, "Well, Currently, I am waiting for my friend to get back from shopping, but I was told I was supposed to be bringing you guys up to the Oaken. Is it Oaken?
O'Connor Wood.
To the O'Connor Wood, where you were ordered. We were ordered to be setting up a base of operations, and we're going to be doing this under the guise of a mercenary group. So, if anybody asks what we're doing, we are simply there for merc work. If anyone has anything to say. I will have a few bounties here and there that we can just simply play on that a lot of people have been hopping on, but have been unable to execute. And hopefully we can keep ourselves under the radar when it comes to what we want to execute once we set up our base there.
She really knows her stuff. Not like us.
I really don't know anything.
That's why it's called acting.
I know.
I didn't mean to send that. My bad. Not done yet.
Linnea would kind of walk over closer while you do that to Samara. Like, do we give you the names we're supposed to be using or our real names?
Samara just kind of glances up and she goes, "You can give me whatever name you want me to call you. But when it comes to any sort of espionage, I suppose that we can always use our code names. But my name is Samara. But when it comes to us anything outside of that, you can call me Gray."
Both are actually really pretty. Linnea, but sometimes they call me Iris. But for the purposes of, you said espionage, I'm Trisley. It's not that pretty, but it's fine.
Trisley? I think it sounds quite well. Rolls off the tongue nicely. And if anything, it's memorable yet forgettable at the same time. No offense to you, dear darling, but you see what I mean? Well picked.
Oh, I didn't pick it. It was given to me.
Well, then it was well chosen for you.
It's funny. Most names aren't picked by the people who have them. They're all given to us.
I believe that's what it comes with everyone, darling, whether it comes to nicknames or the names that we are given. Something that we simply either must grow into or we die trying.
That's very profound. See, Baylor, you need to be more profound.
What do you mean be more profound?
You can't just
I
be silent.
found
You
our
have-
contact by dumb chance, but that's beside the
Technically, I found our contact since I saw her and then pulled. But
well, then it's
sure, but it's
a
just my
term that our friend not Ori, that would be dumb. I would never say a name like that. Our friend
So his
Itzel
name
would
is
say-
Ori, I get it. What is his name that you guys are giving him during our espionage?
Isol. But he likes to quote things are drawn together by the stars and fate, so I guess it's fate that we found you and stepped
Does
in
that
to
was
help
written?
you with your little situation.
Does fate follow with a letter or information that is given to you? I more think of that as investigation and proper findings than it is fate. If it was fate, we would have simply found each other on our own accord. Wouldn't that be the case?
Fate works in different ways. If it's written in the stars, it shall be.
So,
Perhaps.
suddenly you guys hear the breaking of a window. Samara, how does a dirty 20 do you?
Oh no, that hits.
All right. So you get stuck with a small crossbow bolt, like right in the shoulder.
She just grunts, takes it.
And like wrapped around it is a piece of paper. And I sent you a message that
I cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah. Well, how much damage do I take?
2.
2. No.
piercing damage.
I will say if Linnea is like actively like showing or like she's going to like cast Cure Wounds, Samara just simply raises her hand as you watch her just kind of like grunt for a second. She grips it, and then you just watch her yank it out. And I'll take more damage if need be, but she then just kind of looks at it, tilts her head, seeing the note on it, and she pulls off the string and she unravels it to read the note.
You all have a strange way of relaying messages down here.
Say, I'm gonna look at Trisley and just that cannot be healthy for her.
I look at
What
it
if it's a long conversation and it's back and forth of shooting?
And this is why I prefer the stars. They are much kinder in their communications.
Let me just
You
say
even
this is
see
not
the stars
usual
right now.
way of how we communicate. You kind of see her eye twitch in pain for a second. She's irritated because she knows this has to mean some shit has just come up. And she opens it up and you kind of hear her mutter. Like she's speaking in a low voice, but you probably can hear what she is saying. And it's just like, and the note says, Samara, we have your little girlfriend. If you want to see her pretty, these people are horrible at spelling. Her pretty little face again. Bring 100 gold to the abandoned witch tower in the fullest. You have till sundown tomorrow. Brooke Ruskell. You just kind of see her just like you kind of see her like kind of like a little bit like irritated and annoyed as she just kind of crumples up the paper and she clenches her teeth and she goes, we may need to wait just a bit longer until we can set up this little foundation for us, because it seems my friend has gotten herself kidnapped again.
And now it's canon that this is a running problem.
Oh yeah.
Oh my, that's awful.
That's pretty profound.
This is the third time this has happened, and honestly, I need to keep a goddamn leash on her. I told her I should have gone fucking shopping with her. Jeez, and you literally see her shove the table back as she is pacing back and forth, and she's just like, she's so tiny, she's so little. I should have been there, and like she is pissed at herself at this point. And then you kind of just see her just stop for a second. She twitches. It's almost like a switch in her head as like her emotions completely click off altogether. And she just composes herself again, turns to the phone, she goes, sorry about that. I do apologize. It seems that our current efforts may be on the back burner because I am not going to be going anywhere without my companion. So you guys are welcome to come with me, or I'm going to go and slaughter a whole fucking butcher of people and have a blast while doing so.
All right.
I
So,
suppose.
The faster we get this done, the faster I take you to where you need to go. And I'm not leaving this fucking city until I have my friend by my side.
Baylor, let's go. Come on, this is your chance.
Hold on. No, I've got this. Well, you've kind of had an outburst and you've said some things out loud, and we want to be secretive. Ori, do you have another pair of those earrings in your bag that we can give our new associate?
Of course. I'll fumble around and I'll try to make it look like there's a lot of things in my bag, but there's just like you hear nothing shuffling around as I like pretend to move things out of the way and just pull out a pair of the earrings.
Ori-
and
You're just like
hand them
picking
over.
up and putting down one thing over and
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
Ori,
just
roll
have-
a d6 for me.
Roll a d6.
Yeah.
Six.
6. You have your scarce inventory and 6 dust bunnies.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm just picking up like the 3 copper coins I have and just like shaking them in my hand so it sounds like things are moving. And then I hand the earrings over to you.
Samara just kind of looks it over for a second. She kind of picks off a little bit of like leftover like earwax that may be on it before she before she attaches it to her ear.
Sorry,
I
I
do
tried the
also want
Milan.
to. I do want to mention there is another of our party. She is currently outside scouting, kind of as a backup. So if you hear another voice in there that's not present, it would be our good friend Luna.
Well, I would hope you would keep the group chat short, so I wouldn't expect anyone to be communicating with us unless they had some purpose to our plan heading forward. Anyway, again, sorry for the outburst. It seems, granted, I was told to take 100 gold to a certain type of watchtower, but I'm not going to take 100 gold. I'm going to take this mace and I'm going to smear them on the walls like a fucking Picasso painting.
Who is Picasso?
I've heard it's this one crazy man, and I've heard of a bit of controversial shit. Something about like him beating his wife and a bit of an alcoholic, but apparently he makes some very interesting art when it comes to busting heads against walls.
I'm just gonna if you're looking in my direction, you're just gonna see me get very happy, because I'll get to use my hammer.
Linnea's face of horror.
I'm super excited. I've been trying to use my hammer for like 3 sessions and have failed.
It's Lily's fault. But anyway,
Yeah.
My plan was solid.
all right. So you guys are planning on just going after these guys, just going straight violence. No planning, no talking about it.
Now-
Just fuck
now,
it. Let's go.
Oh no,
Before we rush
Samara!
off to something hasty. Do you know what we're getting into?
Does Samara know these fuckers who kidnapped Rhapsody, or is it just like weird fans?
Weird. It's your creepy fans. That's what it is. No, the Rust Scales are a kobold gang that you haven't been able to confirm, but you highly suspect that they are the ones that are running through the woods and the foothills, abducting travelers and basically forcing them into labor in the mines. So, but every once in a while, they think they find somebody that they can extort a little bit.
So, like, just to speed things up, Samara would pretty much relay that to the group, just being like, they are a group that usually they just kidnap folks, force them into labor. But if when it comes to people who they could probably get a few top dollar for or someone willing to pay, they will abduct them. But Samara, and she will just straight up say, I am not one who is willing to pay a ransom for things. I am one who is willing to make them pay in blood. Because nobody fucks with the little songbird.
All right.
You seem to have made up your mind. What is holding us?
I guess she would just probably like. So, what time is this? By
This is
Probably
like
still morning.
10:30 in the morning.
10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we have until sundown tomorrow. So, okay, so she probably sit for a moment. She goes, first, I would like to sit and gather what our skills are, what we are able to accomplish. We have until sundown tomorrow to get this taken care of. And granted, I would like to get it done. I don't want to rush in as rash as I usually would like to on my own, considering that I have more skin that I must make sure doesn't end up burned, scorched, or slashed. And perhaps we should talk about the things that we are capable of doing before going into combat. And at least try to advise some plan, whether it be setting up a perimeter, sneaking in. I'm more of a Russian bash and slash kind of individual, but when it comes to working with others, and you kind of see her twitch a little bit because she is not one to like work with. The only reason she has been willing to work with other individuals is because of her companion. And she goes, but I have been told it is good to listen to what others can have to offer. and hopefully have things go a bit more smoothly. And with that, she will turn to the party and she goes, "First off, all of your names. What the fuck do you have to offer? And are you willing to fuck some shit up?"
Linnea would look a little awkward as she's like kind of fidgeting with herself at that question. It's like, I am definitely willing to help get your friend back.
Well, we got one. She takes a swig from her bottle and she's gonna turn to whoever is sitting next to Linnea, which I'm guessing is probably Baylor.
Yeah. Oh, well, my set of skills. It's hard to pinpoint, but let's just say if I'm cornered, things will get taken care of.
2 hours later.
Like he just goes through this big, long, drawn-out story that doesn't go anywhere. And it's like,
And
don't worry.
Samara then cuts off. She goes, "Okay, I get it. Good storytelling. What is your name?"
The name's Bala Hawk.
"It's a pleasure." She's gonna turn whoever's sitting next to Balor.
A pleasure. I'm Ori Kythera. I will do our best to guide fate along our path. And hopefully, although it can't be rewritten, it may be influenced, and I'll do my best to influence it into our favor.
You know what, Ori? I bet Samara would love some of the treats that we got on the train.
Oh, of course. And I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull out a donut out of my dirty, old, ragged pocket. There's a donut.
Samara, like, upon hearing first his statement, she just goes, "I'm not quite sure, but I like your words, Magic Man." And upon seeing the donut, she's gonna kind of like,
It's like a half smushed, like cream filled donut with like most of the cream filling, like just smushed out of one side. You can
Samara-
see the remnants on his pocket. That's just like
It's got one
have-
dust bunny, so he's one
I
dust
have
bunny
like 3
down.
more. There's 3 more if you would like.
Samara's just gonna take one. She's gonna kind of take the dust bunny off it. She's gonna sniff it and she's gonna. As much as I do appreciate this sweet treat, she's gonna kind of wrap it in a napkin. She's gonna like kind of put it in like her little breast pocket, and she goes, I fear it may interfere with the flavor of the whiskey." And she will go back to pulling from her bottle. She's not really one to eat from random strangers until she knows what the fuck may be in there.
And Ori also doesn't look like he's bathed in quite some time.
Yeah, I like.
He looks
if
like a
you-
hobo.
You haven't seen. I was essentially a homeless doomsayer in the slums, walking around. The end is near. The end is near.
all right. So pocket donuts aside, which by the way, Taylor, I find it funny that you say I need to know you better before I eat pocket donuts, because I would look at a pocket donut from Ken, somebody who I trust implicitly, and still say I'm good. But you know,
I can't really talk considering like one time my friend handed me like freaking like half of a strawberry from her pocket and I ate it while I was drunk at a party. So that's
of course. All right.
it's just Samara's not like that.
All right. So who's left to introduce yourself and tell her what you're good for? Okay, go for it.
My name is Zalthric Stonefist. I like to smash things, and I'm just here to help provide a better life for my family.
I like how you talk, and I too like to smash things, so we have something in common there.
But I will say that we have like Balor mentioned earlier, one of our compatriots does like to watch where we go to ensure safekeeping, and she is currently outside.
Luna, we're talking about you.
If there's any way, I'm guessing I'm guessing at this point she probably hasn't attuned to it yet. If it takes like 30 minutes
Okay,
or an hour.
what the
Put
fuck?
it
are
on
you
and you can hear him.
We're agreeing to go help to go help Samara find her friend. You should probably get in here because I'm not gonna remember all of these details.
She doesn't. She doesn't know who
going
Samara
in some?
is.
We're going somewhere to find somebody's friend.
It's
Uh-huh.
it's the contact they told us to meet with.
Okay, well, I was under the presumption that I was hired for this fucking thing to blow shit the fuck up, not rescue fucking random ass
I
people.
think
that
you're
I
going to
don't
be
know.
able to blow plenty of shit up where we're
Yes, blowing things up
I-
comes with it.
Yeah, no. How much are we getting paid?
I don't
Well,
think
don't
there's
blow
money
anything
involved
up
in this.
for free.
Hey
You
Brian,
already
how
know
much
that.
they
We
get
had this
paid?
discussion.
So as you hear that, you know that you guys did get tasked with on the way taking out this gang of people that this gang that were taking the random travelers and all that. So you know that is, well, you have your hunch that is the target that they're looking for.
Samara would have mentioned the name of the people that they were going after, the gang, the Skins or whatever. So she would have mentioned that.
The party has no clue. They just know that there is a gang that's doing this.
Okay.
Oh,
But
so it's on the.
Samara did explain that they do kidnap people, so there should be a connection between those two, I
I
will
don't
say.
give a fuck
Yeah.
about kidnapping people. Just want to make you very, very clear.
So it's on the extra agenda tab, not the main objective.
No,
It's a side
your main
quest.
objective was find out who is on the way to the Okana Wood. Find out who is abducting people on the way. Take them out if you can. If you can find out who they are, cool. But if you just end up killing them all, also cool. And you can keep whatever you find on them, and that because they are dealing with Arcanine, they probably have a fair bit of gold on them.
And during that relay, Samara would have told them and explained to them how Rhapsody was kidnapped by these individuals, how either A, they kidnap people and put them into labor, or B, they kidnap and keep them for ransom. And so y'all can make that connection.
Luna wants money. That's the.
Luna wants money and to
Luna-
blow stuff up.
Not
Who
anything I
has the floor?
signed up for, but I'll be more than happy to watch.
I would have mentioned like, hey, this may be the gang you're looking for, but Samara doesn't know that y'all like above table. Samara doesn't know that y'all are looking for this gang. She just explained.
I figured we
hey,
would've-
these
we
people
would've-
kidnap people.
I figured when the bell would have like clicked, like, well, hey, we're supposed to find the group, unless there's a second group kidnapping people, or there are two kidnapping groups.
Not that you are aware of.
Well, as Ori says, maybe it's fate. So
Yeah.
So yeah, but I will say Samara will probably finally chime in upon hearing them all like communicate, and she goes, "Look, I do not know who you are, but it seems that have we conversed saying that you guys were looking for this group as well?
Yes.
It seems that our issues have seemed to align. You guys can get whatever you want. I simply want my friend back, and you guys can get whatever you want to pick off of them. I don't need much for riches. I just need to make sure that, God damn it, why is she? I hope she's safe. And she's just, it starts muttering to herself again as it then cuts off. She's like going over battle tactics, how she's going to fucking smear these fucking guys' organs against the wall. She is angry.
Linnea is growing increasingly nervous at all this. She's very willing, but the nerves of I might not be able to talk my way out of this one is starting to sit.
Well, I suggest we rest and get all our thoughts straight before we rush out and do anything too brash.
Well, we have until sundown tomorrow. I say we can acquire whatever equipment we need for this little side quest before we can finally, and hopefully we can also load up on what we need for our journey dead ahead. So once we finish this, get my dear little songbird back, and then we can go on our way to set up the establishment where we need to, and go from there. Like I said, you guys can keep whatever y'all find. I don't need anything aside from just making sure Rhapsody ends up safe. God damn it, I hope she hasn't found herself in a fucking pickle again.
I wonder if that's how Mist feels about me.
Yes.
But she left you in our good hands.
I don't
Yep.
know that I'd say your hands are good.
A day.
Have you
a
even
day-
washed
a
your
day?
hands?
She left us with her
Yes,
a
I did.
day after.
I washed them
seeing
in
her.
the donut cream from earlier.
Okay, that is.
You
Oh
see,
boy.
you see Samara like take the donut out of her fucking, and she just kind of like puts it behind the, like, or, like puts it under the table, sticks it under the table.
Just fling it out the window.
Just
What is the possibility that we can go and look at that area today to possibly see what the future holds?
would these
Well-
individuals know Samara? Like, if she were to try and scope out the place, like, granted, like she's 6'3". It's
Well,
hard to
they
do.
were able to deliver the message by shooting
Yeah.
you with a crossbow, so I would say so.
I
mean,
do have.
that's kind of
ability.
indicative that they know their target.
What are the chances there'd be another person that matched her description?
Another 6 foot something,
3.
6'3", half human, half drow, like muscle mommy just walking around.
Ken pulling his sword from stone.
Yep.
I saw like 2 of them on
And
the train
I
in
will
first
say-
class.
I will say, all of you would notice that Samara would stand out with that gray skin tone. That is not something that is usually seen. Especially you guys. There are not a whole lot of drow. You guys maybe might have seen one at some point. Luna probably would have had the best chance while working down in the mines, because some of them do go down there and oversee operations, but yeah,
Samara,
they're not super common.
I will say Samara does hold a lot more like elf features than she does drow features. The only drow feature she really carries is her gray skin.
Elf is drow. Drow
Well,
is elf.
yes, but I'm talking like I feel like drow has more primal features as to where elf has more feminine features. But
All right.
anyway,
Um,
Linnea.
Yeah. Linnea, you have your hand up, darling.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have something called augury,
Yes.
and I obviously can't use it till 30 minutes before we go into a situation.
Okay.
But would I be able to use it in this instance to know if we could get in and out unharmed?
Read it for me and tell me what it does.
Says you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses the omen from the omens table. It's either weal, good, woe, bad, weal and woe, good and bad, indifference, neither good nor bad. The spell doesn't account for circumstances such as other spells that might change the results. If you cast the spell more than once before finishing a long rest, there's a 25% chance for each casting. There's 25% chance you don't get an answer.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, you could use it and see what happens.
But it would have to be 30 minutes before we go in.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it would still apply.
I'll most likely be doing that when we get there.
All right.
So I say we take a long rest.
Didn't you guys just get one when you were on the
No,
train?
it was a
no,
short
that
rest.
was a short rest.
Because I know somebody.
Okay, so I will go outside, or I will go outside quick to Luna as the inside people are discussing there. Are you still just sitting there? Are you looking around? What is Luna doing?
No, currently I have my small metal bowl, some water in it, cleaning my hands, eating strawberries.
Okay. Okay. Where did you get the strawberries?
In the last game when I got a fruit basket.
Very good. You did get a fruit basket. I forgot about that. Got a whole ass fruit basket. Okay. So then back inside to use peoples. You guys are deciding to try to convince Samara to bed down for the day and leave in the morning.
If we have until tomorrow night, then Samara, like, especially like if she's like, look, I don't know what these fuckers can do. I don't know what they've been through even before they came here. She would be like, okay, fucking rest, but I'm waking your asses up at 5 a.m. and we're fucking going. And we're gonna go fuck shit up. So yeah.
It's like the beginning of the day still, right? Before noon. Okay.
You guys
I didn't sleep last night.
Y'all didn't. I was in first class. I'm
It was
just
it
gonna,
wasn't a
like,
full.
I was gonna say you guys did get a solid 3-hour nap, but
3-hour.
and
nap
you
was
look like you
the
have
best
thoughts,
class.
sir.
Yeah, he had his hand up.
What's up, Ken?
Did I know about whatever gang we were supposed to go look for?
Yes, because you were on the group chat.
Yeah, okay, so you guys got this mission, you accepted this mission, you know that you guys are gonna get paid. Because
How much?
you guys you guys get 20 gold a month as a base salary for being an eco-terrorist. But on top of that, like they said, like whatever you find on these people that have been, selling laborers to Arcanine, like there's gold involved in it. But they told you that you guys are supposed to go from Embervale to Oconawood. There is this gang that is kidnapping people. Take them out. If you can find out who they are, who they report to, who they're selling to, cool. At the very least, they want them just removed. Now, they didn't have a name because they're not 100% sure who's doing it, but Samara seems pretty convinced.
With the name?
Well, the name and how she got the information and what they're doing is all. Samara might not be the brightest tool in the shed, but as far as Barbarian goes, she's an outright genius. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
God, compared to Grendel,
it-
Jesus Christ, she's a fucking genius.
Their MO matches the MO of the group we're looking for.
Wasn't the letter signed?
Yeah, and she told them who signed the letter, which is Rust Scales.
Bruck Rust Scale.
Can you Ruck Scales?
Bruck, B-R-U-K, Rust Scale, R-U-S-T-S-C-A-L-E.
B-R.
U-K.
Oh, I wrote it like the name Brooke. Oh,
I
well.
love how you just take brick and just change out the fucking vowel.
You know, Taylor, I didn't invite you into this campaign to give me shit, all right?
Yes, you did.
That's what I'm.
I mean,
Yes,
I,
you
I
completely did.
100% did.
that's what I'm here for.
Hey, why is Taylor in any of my games?
Why is
Oh,
Taylor
shit.
in my life at all? Because I am into D&D and thirst traps, and I came across Taylor, which is yes. So, and then I find out that she has an obscene amount of snark. She is completely obnoxious, and she is quite possibly in and out of game chaos incarnate. So,
I'm not hearing a negative.
neither am I. I'm just saying. this is why she's here.
So while
I
we're
have
kind of like getting in that mental prepared state, I go over to Samara. I'm like, I know you really want to go get your songbird, as you call her, but I believe, just guessing, these Ruscales would probably think we would rush right there to storm their stronghold. So that's why we should wait a little bit to throw them off guard.
Can I roll an insight check?
I'm telling the
for it.
truth.
Yeah, but it's mainly
Yeah.
for how
Oh, yeah, no.
how exhausted Baylor seems.
Yeah.
All right, that's only like a 10 plus 5 for a 15.
No, I'm telling you, I'm not. No, it's not sugarcoating anything. It's him trying to tactically lay things out.
You kind of hear Samara mutter like words to herself that don't sound like they really come to her own. You just kind of hear her just be like, you need to work with other people. You need to work with other people. Collaboration. And she finally just kind of twitches. She goes, we have until tomorrow evening. Just make sure your shit's figured out by then.
I lean over to
It's
her and
still-
like, look, if you think our shit's together, you have seen nothing yet.
I think she was implying that it's not together and to get it together. If I caught onto that correctly.
Samara just like kind of looks at Baylor, turns to Linnea, and just goes, nobody ever has their shit together. We're all fucking flying through this life, kicking and screaming, having no idea what the fuck we're doing, but at least we're gonna try to have some idea of it. So
You're going to
That's-
fit right in with us.
All right.
You have
So-
to teach me how to curse like that.
So in this moment,
put the
we
emphasis
take
on-
ourselves outside again, where Luna has gotten up and gone about her way in search of a certain kind of establishment.
The busty hippo. He's looking for Chip's mom.
And you hear in your mind's eye, as I somehow understand what the fuck you're saying from so far away. Piss off.
Harshness.
You trash panda.
Oh damn.
You mullet whopper. I've given you
Is
no
this happening through
indication
the earring?
to digress-
Yeah, and this is
digress
what's gonna get us
such a level.
canceled finally.
No
Those of you
arguing,
watching
I'm
at home,
hearing.
it's
Don't you
not
have
his
some
fault. He's
parasites to
like
pick off ya?
93. All right.
Pick all the
So
parasites up you wish.
all right. So moving out of range finally. You are looking for the familiar sign marking a thieves guild. One that would be indistinguishable to normalize. And oddly enough, just to bring it into the campaign, I am going to go ahead and say you do find a busty hippo. And right on the
Smash.
corner of the building, kind of going into a back alley, you do see the little circular mark that indicates that there is a safe house there. So you have that. What are we doing?
I go up to whatever the door is.
Okay.
Knock
So
on the
you
door.
walk. So you
Sure.
walk down the.
Knock on the door.
You walk down the alley.
Sure.
And then there is a kind of a set of stairs that goes down to a.
Sure. Walk down the
door.
stairs.
Okay. So you knock on the door, and the person that answers in perfect thieves can't. So to anybody else, it would sound like gibberish, and you know they kind of do the whole like opening the eye slot thing, and just kind of, what's your business?
I'm looking for information in Thieves' Camp.
What information are you looking for?
Oh, Jesus. I'm looking for information on someone called the Brooks Scales.
The rough scales are a problem.
Okay, through the door guy.
And
We already
you
know
hear,
that. That's why I'm here.
you hear the door opening. And you come in and or you see the opening. I'm not going to presume that you walk in, but you see the opening and you
I
do see
walk
it.
right in.
Okay. And you walk right over it. You see a sigil on the floor. Right on the inside. Do you just walk over it or do you what?
Walk right over it.
All right. So you see him kind of like gauging the fact that nothing happened on the way over there, and it's you don't see many of your type down here. Where you come from?
Up top, down below. I've had many jobs. Well, that's kind of a lie. I guess we shouldn't start this off as a lie. I've had one job. It's blowing shit up for Arcanine.
Well, we all do what we got to do to make coin. The Rust Scales is who you're looking for information on. I can tell you that they're a rotten kobold group that just goes running around. They take mostly small folk, if we're being honest, you know, maypock like yourselves, rat folk, gnomes, even halflings, and they sell them off to Arcanine to kind of forced labor in the mines. Conscription is what they might call it, but slavery is what we know it is.
I was unaware that Arcanine was in the business of slavery.
Oh, you see all the posters that they have up on by the train station of how the mining is ethical because it's done by these automatons. It's a bunch of bullshit.
And you're telling me this because
Well, you were looking for information on the Rust Scales, and that's what I'm giving you.
well, do you know where their headquarters is located? I'd like to go pay them a quick visit.
Up in the foothills, they've got a series of tunnels. You got to make sure to go in the right one.
I pull out my little book and paper and pen and pencil.
Okay.
See this dot? I'm here. See this other dot? You are there. How do I get from this point where you are at to the point in which they're at?
So he kind of like looks at your book and kind of like picks up a map and kind of slides it over to you and just free of charge.
I appreciate that. In the foothills, do you know approximately where?
Well, we've been looking for them, and I can tell you where they're not. And he kind of points out 7 or 8 areas, and here are the areas that we've checked.
How many supposed individuals are in this group?
They always travel in packs, so it's kind of hard to differentiate, but my guess is anywhere from 5 to 15 at a time come out, so I don't know if in their caverns they have more, but I can tell you they're not the average
caverns. So they're in caverns.
Yes.
In caverns, near foothills, 3 out of the 10 locations that you have mentioned, you have not found them at. So, and somewhere here on this map, this giant circle.
Well, he kind of circles an area that's about, I'd say, 5 square miles. We're pretty sure they're somewhere in there.
I literally look down at my feet, look at the map, look at my feet again. It's going to be a long walk.
Well,
Is there any in particular place that there's a high abundance of kidnappings? Like a certain spot in the woods, a certain spot near a cave or a cavern, near the majestic shining oak trees of the Neverwinter West villas, located somewhere in the region of Bellendraw.
I have no idea of the areas that you're talking about. But there is a broken bridge that is forcing people to go.
A broken bridge. Now we're getting somewhere. Would you like a grape? I just happen to have a handful.
Oh, yes, thank you. That's kind of nice. You don't see many grapes around here.
Well, I have 4 of them. And you were lucky enough to receive 25% of what I had.
That's very kind of you.
Is there possibly any other information that I can glean from this conversation, or can I assume that our conversation is over and I'll probably get nothing more out of this? I need to start making my way on this 5-mile journey.
Well, I can tell you, like I said, the broken bridge near the tall swarm woods, the broken bridge forces you to go down a much more craggier path that really makes, traveling with any kind of carts or anything like that nigh but impossible. And that seems to be where a lot of them have gone missing now. One of the places we haven't had a chance to check out yet, because they've taken out a lot of our guys that have been up in the hills, but the Cinder Hill Garrison. It's an abandoned watchtower up there.
Oh, Cinder Hill. Cinder Hill, kobolds, caverns. Sounds pretty enticing.
Like I said, I have to warn you, friend. These aren't the average kobolds. They're smarter. They're tougher. I more than invite you to go after them. But I want you to be ready with what you're going for. And the guy takes down his hood, and you see for the first time that you are talking to a gnomish individual.
Ah, Billy Wrightswater. How are you doing, my fine friend?
That's a very interesting name that you came up out of nowhere with, but I'm doing well. How are you?
It's been a long time, my friend. Unfortunately, I can see that you're no worse for wear, but I presume you probably have a few things that I might need.
What do you need?
Let's start off with some high explosive incendiary grenades. I'd like at least a half a dozen of them. We're going to go with probably 7 to 12. Well, there's only 6 of us. There'll be 7. It's 7 to 12. I would say probably plasma weapons. Some type of a plasma weapon with a high definition scopes, including night vision, and a tripod mount for myself. I'm rather small. They're rather heavy. No, in jest. It's just something that goes boom. It's very easy.
Well, we do have a little something for you. And he kind of brings out this kind of grayish powder, and then like a very fine powder, and then he takes some very strong smelling alcohol. He's like, you see, when you take rune powder, you pour a little bit of this alcohol in it, and he kind of like demonstrates, and he pours it, and he mixes it together into this very paste, and he's like, you stick this in a can and you make something that will get your bang on you. High explosive, one might call it. But I'm going to warn you. You're going to want to run.
I can run. I've pretty much spent my entire life running from explosions. So, but Billy, you've been such a help today. I'm wondering if I visit you on another occasion, we might be able to sit and chat a while. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this stuff and run. If you don't mind, if I owe you anything, let me know. I'll be more than happy to compensate you.
I only ask one favor.
Well, unfortunately, I am not in the market for doing favors. I will hear you out.
Well, my wife,
Oh, Billy.
Mira, she got taken by these assholes. If you find her, no matter her state, either bring her home to me or let me know what's come of her. I don't got much. The hidden coin's been a little down on our luck lately, but I'll give you what I can.
I'll bring you something back, Billy, but I will not do the favor for you, unfortunately. I don't see that as a favor. We spent too long together to call it a favor. So if I do find her, I will bring her back. It's not a favor. I don't require anything of you, and you shouldn't require anything of me. But if you need compensation in the form of coin for something, let me know. I'm at apparently some dive bar. I don't know if it even has a place to sleep in it. If not, I'll sleep in a can as usual. But some god-awful place called the Mine Shaft. It smelled
Oh,
rank.
no,
Even from-
don't. You don't want to drink anything from there. And he kind of takes out, and he, how many compatriots do you have?
I have no compatriots. There are,
Well,
I
you said
believe,
you had some people traveling with you.
well, there are 5 individuals that, well, technically 4 individuals that, well, I've at least opened the door to friendship and communication to. The other one, I have no idea who the hell this person is, but they're hell bent on going and rescue somebody else as well, so I might as well tag along and hopefully I'll find Mira and bring her back to you. I guess that's the hook that you needed, huh, Billy? I'm glad that you found that hook.
All right. And he kind of like reaches under the desk real quick and he takes out 5 coins or 6. Yeah, he'll count out 6 coins and he'll just kind of drop them in your hand if you'll take them. And these these coins are plain steel coins. One side has kind of the laughing like the laughing mask from the like drama mask, and the other one just has a smiling hippo on it, and it's like, upstairs, you're not bound to get any services from them, but these coins will get you a free room and a nice soft place to bed down for the night.
Very well done. I appreciate this.
You're gonna want to avoid the one that they all call Chip's mom. If you do partake in their services, you might get burned something fierce. But she is a lovely lady.
Okay. Information I did not need, and I'll probably reject that at my nearest download. But other than that, I'll go ahead and I appreciate it, Billy. I'll be back as quickly as possible with any news for you. Apparently, one of the companions that we have, he wants to hit shit with a big hammer. That's all he wants to do. And apparently the other new person that we took on board is wants to hit shit with a big hammer as well. And so they will be hitting shit with big hammers, and I will be standing back laughing. And pointing out the difficulties of life, religion, possibly talking to Ori about, I don't know, the sparkly lights again. But this could go on for days and days and days. And I'll end it here. I appreciate your time.
All right. And with that, we'll take a quick 5-minute bio break. So let's do that. And then we'll come back and we will resolve wherever this is going. So let's do that. And all right. So everybody, I will see you back here in 5 minutes. Here we go. right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Thank you for allowing us a quick break. We are here. Where we are in the course of these events is Luna had just gone down to the local Thieves Guild, which you would know, Luna, from your familiarity with Billy, apparently, that the local Thieves Guild is known as the Hidden Coin. They hooked you up with some high explosive paste. You still need to find something to mush it in, but you got it. But yeah, y'all, you got that. Your party is looking for a place to bed down for the night because, well, somebody did mention that the mineshaft does have rooms. Judging by the state of the bar, you guys kind of all get the inkling that probably don't want to stay there. But is Luna returning to her party at this point? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you return to the party. You find them. Have you guys left the third floor of this grungy ass dive bar?
Unless specified otherwise to go somewhere, I'd say Samara would just
That
be
is a great
to-
time to freeze up.
Meh?
There you go.
Meh, 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 meh.
Got you back.
Meh, meh, meh. Okay. I would say unless specified, like Samara would probably just be sitting there trying to like get
Yep.
to know the gang a little bit. Before they go into things fists ablazing and
Okay.
all that fun shit.
Well, Luna comes walking up then, I guess, to the party, and
Oh, Samara, this is our mysterious compatriot.
Ken, you're muted, sir.
Baylor, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm not going in that place, Baylor.
Never mind. He's not coming in.
It
It's not
stinks.
that bad in here.
It does kind of smell. Remember, I have keen sense. I can smell things that you can't smell, and the vomit on the floor in the lower left-hand corner underneath the gambling, like the gambling hall, and it's quite putrefied, giving off an odor of, I don't know, Cheerios, spoiled milk, and yeah, probably
Why?
spam left in a can for way too long.
So if the smell bothers you that much, this place must be a dump.
Well, what I'm thinking is that it's such an odoriferous emanation that what has happened is that it has completely passed by your ability to smell, overwhelmed it so instantaneously that you've become immune to it. But nevertheless,
Happiness.
I've been given, I guess, some rooms at the local Holiday Inn. If you wish to at least have a clean bed, I think I was told. I can give you this coin to get you in. But let me make something clear to you, Baylor. Being who I am, I'm not going to be able to tolerate anymore your vile disgust towards any individuals. Your degradation of whoever Chippy's mom is and things like that. It's quite out of order.
Who's Chip's mom?
I'm going to beat you senseless when I see you with my little tiny paw. I'm going to smack you across the chin. First, I will get a chair and stand on it and then smack you across the chin.
I'm gonna start trading copper pieces with Linnea to see who's winning that fight.
My money's on Luna.
Mara's gonna actually throw in a few copper pieces too. She's like, "Oh, I'm fucking in on this shit."
We're just whispering in the corner listening to this.
Have you ever been?
Dude, I have no idea.
I'm wondering,
but I kind of
Baylor.
like her attitude.
Baylor, maybe this evening you and I can indulge ourselves in a single room. I hear that you have hot tubs or some kind of tubs. I wouldn't mind actually giving you a bath in, well, in my country, well, not my country, in my providence. I think I have enough gold pieces to get some of the alcohol that's needed in order to bathe you properly. So it's easy. You're put into a small pool of alcohol and you're bathed in it, warmed, and then paste is applied to your forehead, covering your eyes like a mask, and then you're forced under the alcohol for several minutes, while it cleanses your soul.
You just hear it. Damn, I can't tell if this is a bad thing or a good thing from like the whispering corner.
I
Or
will
he's
say,
gonna-
Mara's just
Excuse me,
gonna just be like,
excuse me to
"Is-
the 3-foot
this a
tall
threat?"
walking hairball.
That's so bad for your
Did the
skin.
explosions rattle your brain? Because I have no idea what you're going on about.
Ooh.
If we're doing baths, I'd love to have one. I've never gotten to take one before.
Ori, hush.
Oh dear God.
After he said that, I just kind of scoot 2 or 3 feet over.
Well, that was my attempt to hit on you. Obviously, it did not work, but nevertheless, if the rest of the party would like somewhere to rest their heads, maybe put their head on a pillow, at least have an
I want to
enjoyable
put your
evening.
face under a pillow right now.
Don't tempt him with a good time.
I'm not that kind of mappa. But nevertheless, I gave it a
Nothing-
shot. Interspecies breeding would have been an interesting thing.
Nothing.
I can
Okay,
wake up.
so-
Give you a gold star for effort.
So you guys have established that. Jesus fucking Christ. You guys have established that you guys have a room for the night. All of you have one free night at the Busty Hippo that you can use. Is there anything else that anyone wants to accomplish during the day, or shall we just get right into you guys taking your long rest and getting on the road? What do you guys say? Let me know.
The handy haversack that I acquired a while back.
Well, did you have time to identify that?
You just said it I shouldn't put it in another.
I mean, I gave you that strong inkling of do not put that bag in the
I've
bag
never
of holding.
Okay, so the mysterious bag that I acquired,
There we go.
since I've not looked through it, I want to start reaching in and seeing if there's anything in it.
Okay. Yes, Linnea, what's up?
I have identify if you would like help before you stick your hand in the bag.
Sure.
Okay.
I like the idea
Linnea.
of more of him just reaching into the bag.
I know, but I could not let that happen.
Drop
You
the
have a
chest.
good track
It's
record.
okay. Drop the chest.
Yeah.
Samara's just watching as Linnea is interfering with it. She goes, "Oh, so this is why they haven't told Died yet. She's the reason."
She walks over and puts her hand on the bag. And what does she find out? Because there's no roll for it, just as detection.
Yeah, you identify it indeed as a handy haversack.
Did you say that in your head or out loud? Please tell me you said that out loud.
For no most likely said it out loud, but her reaction would be like, I guess just stick your hand in. I don't know what else to tell you. I
Well,
tried.
thanks for
You-
identifying my sack.
You might want to check for traps again, so you don't end up like Linnea with
Too
a
late.
dart
You already said
in
it.
your
You
neck.
said no. So
Just turn it
you
inside
reach in-
out.
That is also an option.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Come on.
Make sure you dodge the poison dart.
Well, maybe I should wait until we're in a more reputable place to empty out my sack.
Guess the Busty Hippo is a better place than any.
Hey,
That's where I want to
yo,
unload my sack.
that
at
is the
Busty
best
Hippo.
place to unload your sack.
Heyo!
I was trying to give him an out.
So, Ori, what's up?
Maybe he's trying to
I
get
want to do 2 things before the day ends.
Lay it on me.
All right, one, I want to take one of the pocket donuts I have, and I do want to put it in the group part of the collective cache, in
Please
case
don't.
somebody gets hungry for later.
Beautiful. I like how
Uh,
everybody's like, please don't. And you're like, nope, it's happening.
And then 2, I want to double check my cards again to see if they are still all black from the reading
Okay.
with Linnea.
He
You
just
do
pours a glass
find-
of water in the sack too. It's like, well, in case somebody gets thirsty later. But
Then
he
they
just
can-
pours-
Then they can have a moist pocket donut.
Soaked pocket donut.
So yes, your cards are all black.
Hot
Um, Yes, but you guys,
Sorry.
make your way to the Busty Hippo. Is anybody not going in the Busty Hippo?
Is it still like? I'm assuming it's still daytime, like noon.
No, we're fast forwarding. It's like evening now.
Ah,
Are we going in the front
okay.
door or the back door of the Busty Hippo?
Front door.
No.
Well,
You
because
guys got
in
coins to
another
get you-
campaign, going in the side secret back door is bad. So let's go in the front door.
Okay. Yes,
Don't
you guys
bring that
walk in the
energy over
front.
here.
You guys hand them your coins, and like as they do, they kind of take it out and take the coins from you one at a time, and they are very welcoming. They are very kind. Upon seeing you, Linnea, they actually kind of perk up a little bit, like, "Oh, don't get him many female visitors. It's nice, you know." And then they see Samara, and they're like, "Samara, nice to see you again.
Samara just looks down. She goes, "It's always a pleasure. How are the ladies?"
You're a regular 3 at a time tonight, or?"
Oh, you mean when it comes to the drinking games? Oh, absolutely. But not right now. I have things I have to do.
Should I get the regulars?
No,
Tess is
darling.
ready to
We
go.
would
She's
prefer
all
to have-
stretched out. She's a
We would
little
prefer
limber.
to allow ourselves as a group to have some privacy, if you know what I mean, darling.
Everyone's so friendly.
And yeah, like Linnea,
Literally,
you look over
Samara,
like
upon
Linnea's
hearing that,
got-
just goes over and gives Linnea head pats. And it's just like, "Oh, you sweet summer child," and just
and like
still keeping
Linnea,
eyes on the head maiden.
can I ask, Lily, have you been to a dancing establishment of this variety before?
Dude, we're 2 hours in.
I'm just
Like my character or me?
no, I'm asking you.
Dude, yes.
Okay,
I live.
So you know exactly
20
how
minutes
they
from
are
here.
when. Okay, so you know exactly how
From
they
where?
are when women walk in. They are
Yeah.
flocked on you like white on rice, like you and Samara. They are.
I
Why?
will
Like,
say
everyone's so
Samara
friendly.
probably would have, like, in a way, she would have kind of stepped a leg in front of Linnea, knowing how predatory these women can be. And she almost in a protective nature, just kind of like, she's just kind of like, "Let me do the talking, darling." And she's just gonna kind of again
Okay.
head pats and then turn and then looking back at the head woman. She goes, "We're just opting for some privacy, if you don't mind."
Of course, I understand the need for privacy. And she kind of motions you towards like a kind of a back room type area that you can go to, that a private suite, as it were. Not suite, but just a
We're
private
not
room.
sleeping together.
Ayo.
Not after Baylor's comment.
No cuddle puddle.
No
I-
cuddle puddles
I
in
feel-
this one.
I feel like I tried my best, but now I'm
It's all
completely
good.
embarrassed.
So,
And if you could see my underneath the fur of my face, it would probably be like red from the embarrassment.
aw,
Thanks
Can
a
we
lot.
catch that? Can we catch that as the girls?
Yeah,
in-
can we
in the group?
fucking insight or fucking
no, there's no
Oh,
chance
come
you
on.
see blushing under fur.
Samara would totally be Luna's little like.
Could you
like,
see me
hold Luna
blushing
by
right now? No, you couldn't.
Like Samara
Just
will literally
saying.
grab Luna by the scruff of the neck and just be like, plop them in Baylor's lap. Just be like, here.
Can we read her energy? That is a little embarrassing.
Baylor would
Go for it.
immediately knock
Sure.
her
No,
off.
you all
There's
don't
no
want to hear what I'm gonna
flopping.
say. It's gonna be like, well, we
Please
know who
don't
the
get us.
villain. We know who the
Please
big bad
don't
evil
get us
guy of this campaign's
canceled.
about to be.
Samara,
Don't get us canceled for the love of God.
Me?
No. I'm more looking towards Patrick and Ken. Ken, what?
What have I done?
Samara.
wrong.
Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Ah.
Samara. You turn around and you see a very scantily clad, wearing the lingerie with like the corset and the thigh high and the whole shebang, just kind of like looking at you and just. So you don't want to have any fun with me tonight, Samara?
I don't feel like drinking as much as it does to drink you under the table, dearie.
Oh, but last time we had so much fun.
Yeah, that's what you thought. But I just pay you to get things done, isn't that right?
Well, I mean, I am a very cunning linguist. You know this.
As am I, but we speak many languages, don't we, dear? And she'll just kind of aggressively grab her by the head and just kind of turn her, being like, this conversation is over.
Lynia's just like, were they playing charades? I don't understand.
Mara just again just reaches out and just you are adorable. Okay.
So then you see a redheaded elf kind of come up to her and kind of look at her and give Samara the look of, who is she then? I
None of
thought I was your main girl here.
Samara immediately just kind of sandwiches herself in between this individual and Linnea, and she's like, it's none of your business. As I said, we would like some rooms and some privacy, please. We're not here to play, we're here to pay, and we're here to get what we want. So either give us what we want or we walk out of here right now.
Fine.
You didn't pay anything.
We had our token.
You get in here with 3 tokens.
I get tokens every time I go to the Mexican food place to use the restroom. It doesn't mean
We're
anything.
using the
Token you put into the little thing, you
Quinta
twist the door
points.
open.
Samara is
That's what I
very
paid for.
short-tempered right now
We got a
because her friend-
coupon.
her friend has been kidnapped. She is not interested in
Dude,
bitch.
It's not even a coupon, it's a Groupon, dude.
It's one of those fundraiser cards the Boy Scouts sell.
No, we got them in the Val packs.
The Val pack.
Mouth pack, yes. All right, so you guys go back to this private room. It is a very swanky room. Very comfortable leather couches. Kind
I'm
of
not sitting
all
on that.
dimly lit.
Samara straight up would say, I would advise that you do not sit on the couch unless you want to put.
Oh,
on the
you
couch.
bitch! We clean it after every use.
You don't clean it enough. I know that's for sure.
Can I cast
It's
prestidigitation?
prestidigitation. It's fucking clean.
Right on the couch. I'm just like,
I would actually, okay. Would you be doing that? Okay, serious question. Would Ori have been in anywhere near this type of
Nope.
establishment before?
nope.
So we are 2.5 hours in. I'll just go ahead and ask the question. Has Ori ever seen a pair of boobies before?
No.
No.
Oh, so Ori is the type of
I'm in
guy.
another homeless camp.
I mean, like in that sense, yeah, but not in any sort of like intimate sense. Ori
Okay,
has always
so
been like
when you see him just walking around, does Ori have any kind of a response?
nope.
Really?
They like Ori is completely enamored with. Oh, the only thing that amazes him is the sky.
Fowler looks over at Kildrek and is like, "Look at that poker face he has on."
He like this is your like typical like crazy dude who's just like, yeah, it's the fate, man.
Okay,
Like-
and then I'll just ask before getting to Ken, because Ken, I did see your hand up. Kildrak, also known as Zaltharik, you're walking around at like 4 foot something, which is the perfect height.
I mean, I
There's,
can't.
like,
I'm just staring at them, but not in a specific way. It's just because they're at eye level. I mean, what?
dude, I should make you make deck
Can't hit
saves
them
to
with his
avoid getting your
hammer.
eye
What's he
poked
gonna
out.
do?
I mean, what? Yeah, it is what it is.
He's seen the top of the mountain, and it is good.
And it is good.
Yeah, dude, they're straight out pointing at me. I got nothing to worry about. But I'm not sitting on a couch.
I was gonna say, is Zaltharik like bellying up to the stage, like with his coins laid out in front of him? Like, what's
No, he's fondly keeping his copper.
Oh, okay.
He's fondling. Is that
no,
what he said?
All right, Ken.
Got to keep it somehow.
I was
Ken,
just
what do you
seeing,
got?
I was just seeing if we could make our way up
On stage.
to now appearing on stage number 3. Shula.
Misty.
Can I get drunk and then
Okay,
just
bring
like
me
appear
Misty.
on stage?
No.
Smells like teen spirit.
Oh my god! It's taking me back to like summer sausage.
Summer
What the
sausage.
fuck?
Did
Wow.
you say
All
summer
right.
sausage?
So you guys are in the back room.
The one
I
time
think
at
we're gonna
Bank
break
Camp.
the record for most sessions without combat. By the way, this is gonna be great.
Come on, Baylor,
Moonbeam
let's
at
fight.
any time. I can moonbeam at
Yep,
any
you do.
time. Just give me the command.
Moonbeam the strippers? That's not nice.
It's a spotlight.
And any any magic they have altering their appearance immediately goes away. True appearance there.
Walk into that.
All the
Walk
filters
into
are
the
just
spotlight.
stripped.
Anyway,
crocopodimuses.
you guys are
Crocopod-
in the back room. You guys pass on the private dancers, so they all make their way out. A little sad.
Nia
Did
feels
you
sad,
guys-
by the way, because she feels sad. She's like they really wanted to dance. I kind of
You
feel
can opt.
bad.
You can opt to have one stay with you.
Samara
No.
is gonna turn to Linnea and she's like, darling, trust me, it's gonna start with a dance and then it's gonna end up with a drink and then another drink and then they're gonna drain you until your money is dry. Trust me, we need to focus. So keep your eyes forward. Look at the titties if you want to, but just keep your eyes forward until we get to the room we need to. Do you understand me? Not your titties, honey. Oh dear God, you are adorable. And she's just gonna like, she's just gonna like shuffle her along.
It's fun to window shop. Let's just say that.
You just see a small hand in the peripheral, or a hand in your peripheral, like bottom vision. It's like, I have no choice. They're just there.
Samara just high fives him.
What can a desperate boy get for 3 kappa?
Yeah, no.
Here's Chip's mom.
3.5 seconds of whatever you want.
I'm just attempting to talk to one of them about constellations.
What's your sign?
So,
Da-
all right. So here's what you guys see. Hold on. What you see
Darling, you want
What
to talk
you
about the
see-
Big Dipper?
is a red-skinned tiefling woman, very busty. As he's sitting there rambling about constellation, she's giving him a full-on lap dance, listening to not a word he's saying, like straight up rubbing him in her face, and he's just standing there like, thank you for the pantomime, Ken. That's wonderful.
Samara just turns to Linnea and is like, that's Ezra. She's very good at what she does, but I guarantee you she doesn't understand a single thing that's coming out of that poor chap's mouth.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh,
He knows a lot about the stars. They
So
talk to
as
him.
you
I
hear
wonder if
him
he's gonna
talk about
offer
the
a
stars,
donut.
they are suddenly, his words are muffled as he is just, yep.
Make a
Orange
difference.
belt.
Anywho,
Hopefully he doesn't offer her one of his donuts.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh,
I don't
God,
have
just
any money,
imagine
but I
big donuts in the
instantly
cheese
got hot
strings.
Oh god.
The coins
Oh,
just
dude.
fall out.
Anyway,
Why
Here's
is
your
this?
cream
Why are
pie.
these donuts cream filled?
This is what you get
Cream
for putting
pie.
us in a strip club. Yes, sabes.
Cream filled donuts.
oh Jesus.
It's all over my pockets. Oh no.
Dear God!
We are turning a bad road.
Somebody
All of
steer
us.
left.
All of us.
Somebody steer
Wee
left.
wee prison. All of
Steer
us.
left. Steer left.
I told you, Taylor. Start sharpen them scissors. Here we go. Anyway,
Bitch.
moving on.
Wrong campaign.
That's true. But then again, it seems to be transcending. I don't know. Dude, fucking Charles, dude. It's animated in Twitch. Bing, 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 bing. The animated one is so much
Well,
better. That
I'm gonna
little thing
eat
is shaking its butt.
I'm gonna
Anyway.
eat the rest of my grapes.
Okay.
And do they
So-
have like a recycle bin with stuff in it?
Out back they would.
Okay, well this is gonna be gross, but I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Are there any condoms?
Not down here. But
Well,
if you root around the
bowl of
room,
condoms. You never walk into and there's like a bowl of condoms.
I
will
can
say when it
actively
comes
say
to
at no
any
strip
sort of
club that I
brothels,
worked
they're
out there is
usually
not.
legal brothels, especially condoms are always provided, as well as any sort of other barriers, etc. in that sort of situation.
Then
So,
sure, there is a
From a
bowl of
professional
condoms.
standpoint, that's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna take 3 condoms, and then find they have tin cans or something like that. Tin cans,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, looking around the kind of towards the back, you find 3 tin cans.
and then I'm gonna go upstairs and start making stuff.
Okay,
New or used condoms. That's important to know.
those
Is
are
Bruno
they are
like a
new.
diaper? I
Specify
love
it
it.
first.
It doesn't really matter. I would wash them out anyway.
It's
And then
now it's a
if they were new or
biohazard
used, I
weapon.
don't really
This
give a
is
fuck.
all right. Moving on. Those of you who have remained downstairs in this private room, you guys walk in and there is the super huge bottle of vodka that is just sitting there. That's just looking
Samara
sexier
already
than
has it.
anything that Samara
and
has
she
seen.
is
I'm sorry. You will
drinking.
have had to have beaten me to it.
So Samara will challenge you to an arm wrestle.
Roll for it.
While
Go.
they're arm wrestling,
Yep, lay it on. me.
are they just going to be like regular sized tin cans, like
No,
kind
they're
of like what we
magnum
talked
size
about, those like
condoms.
soup cans or something?
Yep. I will
Then
say
I
that you
will,
find 1 soup can, 1 bean can, and 1 can of
And then what I'll do is
Oysters.
I will while they're arm wrestling, I'm going to grab the vodka and I'm going to fill up each of the condoms with about whatever would be about half the amount of the can,
okay.
and tie it off at the top and place them inside each one of those inside of the cans,
Okay.
and then cork.
For those of you watching at
on.
home, this is with a purpose, and he's not just being gross. Trust me.
17 plus 7 for a 24.
Where are you getting a +7?
For my
Yeah.
athletics?
Athletics.
Oh, I was just rolling strength.
Oh, well, then it would be 17 plus 5 for 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. For a 20, 17, 18.
I got a 22. So if it's over 22,
Well,
Yes,
is
17
that in
plus 5
athletics
is-
or strength?
It's
Yeah, that
just a
was-
strength check.
if it's just strength,
So your D20
Oh.
plus your strength modifier.
Okay, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that'll be a 22 for Samara.
yeah, I got just a strength amount. Yeah, it's the same as my athletics, which is what I was rolling, which was 22.
All right, so you guys are in a deadlock. Ori, what's up?
While they're doing that, I just want to pour me a glass of the vodka. While they're like arm in arm fighting for it.
I feel like they're both like gripping onto the bottle while arm wrestling with the other bottle. So
But
you
Luna
might
had
have
it.
So you would have to
Yeah.
probably make a strength check to try and get the bottle from them, if I'm gonna be honest. At least if you're gonna try to pull it from Samara.
But Luna already had it, I thought. Because
That
Luna
is
was pouring
true.
it
Luna
into
already
the
took
can.
it.
I'll shoot you in the fucking face with the fucking bolt. I will incinerate you. I will
The- Kaczynski,
throw
the
hot
Unabomber
water.
over here.
I
your
will.
Did I go
Look.
get more drinks for them? Because
Samara
it's
just
supposed
slammed
to
her
be
fist down. Round 2, and she's gonna.
Fine.
She doesn't like that this ended up with a tie.
Okay.
That's not good.
Fucking nat 20.
It was a nat 1.
Oh shit.
So in this one,
A nat 20 to
Daniel-
a nat 1.
with a nat 1, roll a d20 for me.
It
So,
snaps
Tell me
your
if you
teeth.
get odds or even.
I'm so sorry if I break your collarbone.
Even.
Even?
rips your ulna out of your arm.
Uh,
Your wrist just
Taylor.
snaps. What?
I wouldn't need
Roll
the
a
vodka
D12.
at that point.
A D12?
Yep.
That is a 2.
Okay. So
How do you want to do this?
You don't have an elbow anymore.
no, your wrist is now broken, so your hand is just sitting there limp, not to be able to do anything. Like as it flops over, Linnea, you see like a part of the bone like
No.
sticking against the skin, like
Linnea
Samara,
rushes over. Oh my
Samara
goodness.
just lets
Oh
go
my
and she just
goodness.
goes, oops.
She casts
do,
cure
uh,
wounds.
It,
I was
it-
gonna say I'll
Your wounds?
mutter a phrase in Celestial and do a healing word too.
don't-
okay, yeah, both of you.
You don't
can
have to
cast
bother.
whatever.
You don't have to bother. Apparently, if we get a long rest, it'll heal overnight.
Just sleep it off. It's fine.
Rub some dirt on it.
I'll be fine. This
Some
is
dirt on
nothing.
I just
Taylor's broken.
it's the
I don't know
it's
how
like-
my head got dislodged from my body, but just put me right there, and in the morning I'll be just
Not everything can
Hey.
be solved with a long rest.
It's
Do
just
I cure him
the,
or not?
Yes, yes.
if you
Okay.
it's just the if you ever played Far Cry, whenever like you'll like fall out of a plane in Far Cry and you'll do the animation to heal and
Oh,
you like
yeah, you
push your
just-
thumb back into place and you're like, oh, I'm great now.
Oh yeah, all good. Oh, hold on, let me just
Yeah,
wrap this
15
wound
for
real quick.
healing.
Oh,
He
all
would
good.
heal 15 points or
A-
whatever.
Adrenaline gets you fucking going, you know?
Or you
Should be
just
good.
or you just eat a wheel of cheese in front of a dragon after it blew fire on you.
Charles on fire.
Dude,
Beat
Charles.
that wrist after seeing all those boobies.
It's yeah, like Patrick said, it's Skyrim. You just pause the game for like 10
Eat,
minutes
like,
and eat
17
wheels of cheese.
Yes.
Unpause.
No, I love the wheels of cheese.
Anyway,
fucking me when it
Not to
comes
mention, you
fucking
find them in a dungeon
Skyrim.
that has been sealed for like thousands of years, and the cheese is just perfectly fine.
It's
It's
aged
on like a
cheddar.
it's on a Draugr.
Hey,
You
if
It's
kill
you
a Draugr,
then-
serve
it's just on
cheese
there.
properly, it can
It's
age itself for
provolone cheese.
quite a long
What about it?
time.
It's Fremunda cheese, dude. What are you saying?
No, don't
If you
even.
find
Don't
if you
even.
find cheese on a Draugr, dude, that is Fremunda cheese all the way, and we all know it. Anyway,
From underwear.
so
Window does-
Down under?
so Samara wins, and she just begins like what, like just
Oh no, she
rocking the
like,
bottle
as-
back
as-
of
as-
this.
As soon as she like breaks his fucking wrist, she kind of sits there. She drops his hand. She goes, "Oops, I'm sorry.
I'm not even like mad that my wrist broke. I'm mad that I lost.
I've been talking to my therapist about that, and that looks a little not. Yeah, and she's gonna grab it and just kind of and like try to put it back into place. I'll roll a medicine check if need be.
Then Nia's able to
please
cure him
do.
with cure wounds.
Please do.
Can I assist with that? To try to-
after
I-
the cure wounds.
I
is
rolled
done,
pretty
it's
high
just
for it.
an
Got
immediate
15 of his health back somehow.
breaking the wrist.
Okay.
again.
She just
So-
breaks his
So
wrist.
15,
again.
so his wrist is healed.
Okay.
Roll that medicine check.
That is a 13 plus 3 for a
Okay,
16.
So you do avoid re-breaking the wrist, and you're extremely uneducated, not knowing a thing about what you're doing, as you're just like cranking his wrist around, his freshly repaired
Look,
wrist.
she's good at dislocating joints. Maybe she's good at fucking relocating them. It's just doing it in
That
reverse,
Re-
right?
wasn't even relocated. It was out of place brokenly.
Yep.
She grabs the
Anywho.
other wrist.
Same principle.
Moving on. So what are you guys doing in this room tonight? You guys got this room. Every so often the pretty much topless waitresses do come in and take care of you, and Linnea, they seem to come and talk to you since you're so nice to them.
Samara
Well-
chases them off whenever she can.
You have to be nice to customer service workers, especially ones that handle anything of like the seedy variety.
Darling, I guarantee
Well-
you, you're the nicest thing that they probably ever witnessed when it comes in here. You're doing fine. What I'm doing is not even considered mean when it comes to their kind of customer service. They are very used to unsavory types of characters, if you know what I mean.
You done with the bottle yet?
That was the worst water. I've
Fine.
ever
And
had.
she's gonna take a swig. She goes, I feel
That is-
bad. Here you go.
That is the worst water I have ever tasted.
They call it fire water.
I'm off
I
to
tried
bed.
whiskey once. I spit it right back out.
Oh, I love whiskey. It's one of my favorites.
I'm gonna do the kind thing, and when I get done taking my swig of the vodka, I'm going to place it back on the table for whomever else wants it, not just holding it like a heathen.
Samara's an alcoholic.
I'm sure that won't play in at all later on down the road.
Oh, I already have a table drawn up. I'll send it to you later.
Yay. Are you just
the private
remaking Xanthi with less?
Oh no, this is not Xanthi. This is very
Okay.
different. It's just when it comes to alcoholism, I always have a table set up for alcoholism.
This
So in,
what? Okay.
in the
Become
private room,
prepared.
Alcoholism, mental illness, triggers, PTSD. I have it ready.
All
so in
right.
the private room, I
Yep.
dump out the handy haversack.
Okay.
Anything fall out?
A bunch of stuff.
13 bodies. And a donut that is not crushed.
So
A pristine donut.
something that most of what falls out is just random junk, it seems to be. Nothing like really in particular catches your eye right away until you really kind of start digging around a little bit. But after a while of moving just this seemingly endless pile of bullshit and junk, you do end up finding a sword. It has a very unique hilt. And this hilt, instead of being like a solid metal hilt like normal, you notice that it is kind of hollow, and that the end of the pommel of the sword looks like you could fit some kind of a potion bottle or something in it. And you can go ahead and add a alchemy blade to your inventory, or whoever wants to take it that are you guys identify it. And then the other thing that you find is nesting dolls. These kind of ugly little goblinish type nesting dolls.
Doing a oh god, this is gonna go well for an Arcana check. Do they kind of give any strange vibes?
Go for it.
8.
8? They are perfectly fine. They are safe.
Can I
what's
do
up
the
with
Arcana check?
You could, or you could just identify it. It's up to
Yeah.
you.
Okay, I'll
Identify.
identify. I'll identify
Okay. So then you would identify
the dolls.
the alchemy blade, and you would identify these as surprise nesting dolls.
What is a nesting doll? I guess is my question.
Okay, you know the
What's
little
surprising
nesting dolls
about-
where the one you get the really little one that goes inside of one that goes inside of another that goes inside of
Oh,
another.
that Russian thing?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
little Easter eggs within little Easter eggs within tinier Easter eggs, but they're little dolls from Russia.
Oh, okay. I only knew them as the little Russian dolls. Okay.
They are called Russian nesting dolls
You
because
learn
they
anything every
nest,
day.
one inside of another.
That they're called surprise.
Yes.
is there an actual item in the thing?
There sure is, and
Mhm.
it's wonderful. Strato's got a look on his face like he knows what it is.
I know what this is. If this is what I think
It's like
it is.
okay, above game. I know this is a bad idea. I know this is a stupid idea, but I know that Linnea would be
game?
like, "This is so pretty," and immediately start opening it.
Open it.
Oh,
Okay,
No,
that's
no,
open
no,
it.
these are mine.
Do you stop her from opening them?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you,
but it's so
you,
pretty, I'm so
you
sorry.
sweet baby, you sweet, sweet baby.
Let's wait. Let's not do anything too brash. Let's just leave these
It's
alone for
but
now.
there's surprise. There's a surprise inside. Maybe the surprise is good. It doesn't always have to be bad.
Linnea, let me let you know most surprises you don't want to have because I guarantee you most of them tend to be unpleasant.
That's a pretty long description for it to be good.
Yeah.
Bet.
She just kind of you actually see her kind of visibly almost pout. Like she's
When
still
the
trying to
time
keep her
comes-
Mara just offers more head pats.
When the time comes, I'll let you open them, but we'll wait until the right time.
Just so you know, I'm just going to read this out. So, when you identify these, when found, there are 4 wooden nesting dolls in this set, which weighs 1 pound total. The largest and outermost doll is a nondescript humanoid wearing a hood and a dark trench coat. The 3 dolls within it are goblins, each of which carries a drawn dagger. You can split apart or nestle the dolls using an action. While holding the 4 nested dolls, you can speak their command words using an action. When you do, the dolls disappear and a tall, nondescript humanoid in a trench coat appears in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet. Treat the humanoid as a commoner, which immediately follows mental commands that you give it as part of speaking the command word. If the commoner is attacks or is attacked, it immediately splits apart into 3 goblins in the nearest unoccupied spaces. DC Intelligence 15, DC 15 Intelligence or Investigation check reveals that the commoner is actually 1 or more goblins in the coat. The commoner and goblins are friendly to you and your companions and take their turns immediately after you. To go over the rest, it basically just gives you 3 goblins in a trench coat that you guys can use as you want.
Smash.
Yes,
She
we
would
are
so she
totally
would
an
relay this
adult.
information. She would relay that information to everyone.
So let's not
Yeah.
open these now. Let's save them.
But
What did you say?
How
Can you
about
repeat it?
we can have
Remember,
goblin
I'm
friends?
partially deaf.
3 goblins in a trench coat.
A mysterious stranger.
With a big iron on his hip.
A big iron on his hip. Doo-doo. Samara slowly
this
picks
might-
up a level in Bard.
This might be an odd question for anyone, but does anyone have like a spare dagger or club or anything that I could use? Because if we're talking of going into a fight and it comes down to me being out of fate, so to speak,
Samara
I
is
don't have
gonna-
anything to defend myself.
Samara is immediately going to take out one of her hand axes, flip it in her hand, and she's going to just toss it to it handle first, holding it at the.
I was going to say, you just chuck a hand axe at
Oh
it?
no! She flips it in her hand, grabs it like at the axe head, and then hands it to him handle first.
Oh, I thought you were chucking it to me. I was going to attempt to
No,
catch
no,
it.
no,
and
no,
that's what it would
Definitely
do.
said,
no,
definitely
no,
said
great.
throwing.
Samara sees how this guy rolls. She knows that like probably his cognitive like dissonance isn't like the best. So she's gonna just straight hand it to him.
He
like-
jumped on the couch. That should
But-
tell you all you need to know.
But she just hands it to him. She goes, "All you need to do is grab the handle. You go down and you just cleave into the head. Pull out if you want to rip the brains out."
That's what she
and-
said.
There was a lot of that's what she said there.
It goes right over Samara's head.
Grab the
I'm just going to
I
do
Go
a
down
test
and then pull
swing.
out.
Didn't
Yeah.
even register.
I'm going to do a test swing, and for anyone that looks at it, it's going to be the most disappointing use of a weapon you've ever seen.
Samara,
Like a-
Wait,
Samara gets so frustrated and she goes, no, 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 no. And she literally goes up behind him, grabs his hand. She goes, you swing back like this, move forward with your full body. And then she will mimic the motion. She goes, okay, now you try. Jesus Christ. Oh, dear God, is this the group I'm fucking
Can you roll to dislocate his shoulder?
No. But there's an awful lot of strippers walking around and just be swinging an axe. I'm just saying.
We're in our private room. You said they're only coming and going. I would only
they're
swing
only
the axe,
coming on if we
not
order
towards
shit.
anybody.
And
like doing it
Samara
towards a
would be
wall.
very pretty much get the fuck out. Like she also knows that sometimes these strippers be eavesdropping, and so she's like, get the fuck out. Like she would pretty much be barking at any bitches that come in after, once they drop off the drink. She's like, get the fuck out of this establishment.
That is 100% right. Now hit the exact same spot.
Yeah, no, but after Samara gave him instructions, she goes, okay, now try it again. Jesus Christ, do not use your wimpy little wrist. Use your full body, will you?
I'm gonna do a strength check to see if I can do this properly.
Can I give him help on a strength check since I advised him and
No.
showed him how to do it?
What did you get?
That's a 5 for a total of 4.
Nope, there ain't no help in that. So again, in
Look.
typical pansy boy fashion, you just see him.
Look.
Samara just literally, she looks at him just sitting here just like this.
Look, he's under a lot of pressure. There's a lot of prying eyes looking at him. So maybe when the time comes, he might, hopefully.
Are you saying he's under pressure to perform?
Taylor, did you just
Yes.
see that pathetic display?
Yes, I
he just
did.
put on?
I'm trying to help his confidence.
Turning around
Confidence
biggest
isn't gonna
smile.
do shit for those weak little wrists of his.
That's why we
you
have
did your best,
you,
Ori, and
and
that is what's
him.
important.
That's
You-
our last ditch effort.
I've never felt better. That felt amazing. That's the best swing I've ever taken.
Was that better than your last one?
100%.
True.
Samara's just sitting here, just like, oh dear God.
Look, maybe his hands are slippery from the donut cream.
Yeah, from pouring water on the donuts in the bag.
Okay. To circle it back.
Oh, dear God.
Are we actually accomplishing anything with this conversation, or are you guys just going for party bonding?
At this point, it's
Yeah.
Bonding is a
tomfoolery.
very loose word.
And
Okay.
that was actually me trying to get a weapon because I did not have a weapon.
Okay,
That was genuinely
everybody
needed.
that is
Samara will
drinking
give
the
you one of her
vodka,
hand axes.
I need to make a con save. Samara with disadvantage because you've been drinking all day. Hey,
That's a 4.
Ori is drunk off his ass.
That's
So I
why
gotta
he's not
One,
hitting.
I took one drink.
I got a 12 and then I got an 18. So 12 plus 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's an 18 for Samara.
Okay,
24.
so Zalthiric isn't. He's not drunk at all. He's fine. Samara, you're starting to get pretty buzzed. Every third step is kind of that hitch step where you kind of trip on nothing, but you're all right.
Oh, I
Linnea?
will say, you can probably see Samara. She's slightly swaying, but she's still keeping on a solid conversation. Her movements, whenever she does them, are very purposeful, but she also seems to limit herself as to what she does.
just- Speaking in cursive, that's all.
Knowing
Wingdings.
that she was drinking when we first initially made contact with her, I'm still going to give her shit that she can't hold her liquor.
and literally Samara will turn to him and just and you can't seem to hold your wrist right in place.
Oh shit!
It's working fine right now. You have no
Okay,
proof. it
Linnea
isn't.
and Valor,
You just
You
hear
want to go
clicking and
again?
clacking.
what are those con saves from you guys?
Let's
I
do
didn't
it.
drink.
Linnea's not drinking.
Neither of you are drinking?
No.
Fucking lame.
Roll it.
Honestly, from what you know of this character, would she be drinking?
I think it all depends on how much Samara would pressure her, I think.
Samara would not. Samara
I
does not
think-
pressure anyone into drinking. Samara
think-
drinks for her own pleasure.
I think all that if I'm being honest, based off of how you reacted to Samara so far, all she would have to say is, "Are you sure you don't want like one drink?" And you'd be like, "Okay."
You're not wrong, but that hasn't happened, so she has not drank.
Like, I will say, Samara, like if there were cups, Samara would have poured a cup for each individual and would have handed it to each individual, but she wouldn't have expected them to drink it. That and like she wouldn't be like, okay, guys, bottoms up. She is literally more focused on just fucking drinking and thinking about how she's going to make these motherfuckers a smear on the side of the wall for kidnapping her best friend.
All right.
Miss Voice is playing in there, like, it's like, don't you drink, don't you do it.
I just put my arm on the table again, ready for another arm wrest because
Oh,
you
every
mentioned
time-
it.
Every
Fucking
time Renee
ready.
would go to drink, I'd be like, no, not now.
You guys should that water is really good.
That's
I had
not
one
water,
glass.
darling, but you can
It's
keep
so
drinking
good.
and see where that goes.
This is so good.
You can always ask Urza to bring you some more.
At that point, like I think that's the point where, based on Ori's body weight and the fact that all he has eaten in the past 2 days is a singular pocket donut, he passes out.
On the couch.
Yeah.
Face
Wow.
first.
Linnea is sat like on
No.
the corner of a chair with her book out, and it looks like she's drawing in the book. Like the book lets her draw, and then it erases the thing that she draws, but she's just doodling on there.
She's drawn like 8 pairs of boobies.
She's drawing trees since she's just seen them for the first time.
Aw, that's so,
So
much
you have
more
so you
wholesome
have
as-
one of those boards that you can just click the trash can on for kids.
I like the whiteboard.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
swipes
The
it.
etch a
Hey,
sketch is what
the
she's
etch
got.
and sketch. Yeah, I was about to be like, fucking OG bitches don't know. Motherfucking
No,
etch and sketch.
No, bitches don't
An
know.
etch a sketch. Everyone knows about it. Everyone should
I'm
know
stuck
about
with
an
the
etch a
etch
sketch.
sketch.
All right, all right, all
We're
right.
old. We're
So-
old, buddy. We're old.
So we are at that 3-hour mark just about. So we are going to go ahead and call it for tonight with you guys resting up, getting ready to go after Rhapsody in the morning. This is usually the part of the night when we sit here and we talk about what else we got going here at the Clockwork Nexus. So obviously you are here on Mondays. You can come back every Monday to see this campaign, Shattered Awakening, where eventually there will be a combat. I am so sure of it. Maybe.
We will
At
avoid
some
it
point-
at all costs now.
It seems like it, but that's
We're
okay.
gonna
Um,
charisma our way out of everything.
Oh, I know I can trust at least one person to fail that.
Arm wrestle.
But
Bring it on, bitch.
tune in next week though, where we got one of my favorite people ever. I am so stoked to have her in another one of my campaigns, just like Taylor, except for she doesn't try to avoid me. She actively looks for chances to come into our games, which makes me feel even better. Tides of Asling will be with us,
Pretend.
or Tides of Ashling. I'm sorry, Tides of Ashling. It's just spelled weird because it's Celtic. But Tides of Ashling will be coming on here. If you don't know her on TikTok, please look her up. She is fantastic. She's going to be coming in. Her and Taylor just have such a fantastic energy, and I've been like,
Seriously, bro?
what?
Seriously.
Taylor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
You don't have the little red one, the little red freaking car travel one too.
What?
Come on.
What is
What does
on
it
the?
say?
what's on the
It
etch
said
and
B
sketch?
and L.
The etch a sketch.
It said B and L.
Aw,
Taylor and Luna.
It's a
cute.
generic etch a sketch.
Anywho, all right.
Look at all
So,
my kids have.
anywho,
all
so
my
yes,
kids
this
have.
is Mondays.
That's
Come back
expensive.
next week to see Tides of Ashling right here. I am super looking forward to it. It's going to be great. On Wednesdays, you can pop in here and see 3 of the people in here with Ken, Patrick, and Lily playing through the Shattered Obelisk. And in their Wednesday campaign, Kinship's Destiny. That's only going great. So many good things have been going on. And then every other Friday, you can come here and see Golden Ghost. So not this Friday, but next Friday. See our pirate themed campaign, which last time got a little unhinged. Just a little bit. It was fantastic. It was so much fun. But yes, that's what we got going on here. Does anybody else got anything going on that you wish to share with the wonderful people at home? Yes, Lily.
So over on my channel, Lady Lily of Lowland, we're gonna have another La La Land one shot on Sunday, which Taylor has finally agreed to be in.
Yes,
Fingers crossed.
I've agreed to the other ones. Just my body just said no, but now I've been in a consistent good place, and I am ready to take on everything. So yeah, let's bring it on. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's gonna happen on Sunday, probably early afternoon, most likely, because I want a good amount of time.
You know, last time you told me that we were going to be down for a afternoon session, and then you were like, "It's going to start at 6 o'clock your time," which is not.
Well, it was an afternoon session on Pacific Standard Time. For me, it was 4 p.m. Like, and I said that I'm saying all this in Pacific Standard Time.
I'm just
I live
giving
over
you shit.
here.
But I'm glad to see you finally jumping into DMing, and you did good the first time. So good luck on this one. Taylor, do you got anything going on?
The only thing that we have on the docket, usual, over on our the other channel, which is To Be Diced ADV. Check us out on Twitch, TikTok, and the Instagrams. We're not really active on the Instagrams, but we are active on Twitch. We are having our usual Tuesday campaign with Daddy Tarzan 82855 with his Star Wars campaign. He is also doing open games with pre-written and pre-made characters. If you want to learn how to learn the whole Star Wars tabletop RPG game, and if you want to kind of like get your feet wet, I highly suggest you go and hit one of his tables. And then on Thursday, we have the amazing, wonderful Tales of Varden with the fabulous 7-foot-tall other muscle mommy, Grendel Fialova. And feel free to tune in whenever you would like. That usually starts around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So
beautiful. All right. Yes, Ken?
I just want to make mention that the Clockwork Nexus, I'm going through all the videos that we've done that have been posted onto YouTube and putting them in their correct playlists, along with making sure that all the hashtags and ats and all the people that are in it and all the different things that make things run a little bit better are accessible and easier for our friends and family to find. Here's something interesting. I started that process today. I've completed, well, in 18 minutes, I will have completed all 12 videos for Kinship's Destiny. As of right now, I have over 500 views on the 6 or 7 top videos. There's 12 videos there. So that's over 500 views that we've got. I didn't look at the analytics on the other side, but it was only about 150. And those have been up for, 2.5 months. So just putting in our hashtags and stuff like that changed our algorithms significantly. So hopefully when I do that to the rest of them, primarily this one and Fridays, those should be done by this week. I've got a quick template to do it. So getting that many views within that shorter period of time will hopefully start driving some of you to look at us in a different way. The other thing that Brian and I had discussed is that we were hoping that, and we'll say this on every stream probably for a little while, don't forget to go and like and subscribe. That means all of us as well.
Yes.
Our own videos. And please, if you're on the Instagram, if you're on TikTok, and we post a video that is related to our gameplay, especially with D&D, because we want to try to move that needle, please continue well, I shouldn't say continue, please start anyway,
Yeah.
to share the appropriate videos. I share videos with all my friends. I'm hoping that all my friends share my videos, which, again, one video that I have, because the algorithm, because we went in and did it a certain way, and because it was shared 661 times, has over 151,000 views within a little less than a month and a half. So just by sharing and helping us all out, we can help you as well. So
Mhm.
if your stuff is on there, just it's really easy to click the
Absolutely.
click the double tap, click the love
You
button.
know what? We'll give everybody that's watching these a little bit of a history lesson, just so you guys know. Where the Clockwork Nexus got its start is actually from TikTok, because I reached out to two people from the original Nexus, being Taylor and Ken over there. I was just perusing lives one day, and I caught both of them on the same day in a live, and I was just like, hey, I'm kind of new to this, and I want to do like a live stream or like, a game with more creators and get some feedback and blah blah blah. And it turned into a lovely community of primarily TikTok creators that we all kind of found each other and just started doing this nerdy ass hobby of ours. And it turned into, when Ken said family, it's funny. A lot of the people on here I do like legitimately consider family. They are all great people. We are all into the same nerdy habit. Some of us are even into thirst traps. Trust me. Check my thirst traps out. They're fucking wonderful. I'm just kidding. But Taylor, she is D&D and thirst traps personified, is what she is.
I'm D&D, thirst trap, special effects, makeup, any random nerdy shit personified. It is what I would say probably chasing the dopamine.
Chasing the dopamine. And then Lily comes in sneaking in with the thirst traps too every once in a while. It's fucking ridiculous.
They're rare and far between. They are rare.
But they're there and they're fucking sneaky and ridiculous is what they are.
I'm more book fantasy and D&D. That's my thing.
Smash.
But she also didn't deny. I'm just saying. But point is, we are all a wonderful community here, and we do try to promote the hobby of D&D. We have built a very lovely community here at the Clockwork Nexus that I am extremely protective of, if I'm being honest. But it's let us all do some really awesome stuff. So yes, for everybody here and everybody at home, when you see our stuff on TikTok, which me and Ken are both meaning to start posting more, because right now me and him are absolutely terrible at it, if we're being honest. But yeah, if you see our stuff, repost it, because help us spread the word, help us grow the Nexus a little bit. Every bit of that is appreciated. So that's our shtick for today. All right, so with nothing further to discuss, to go over, I think it's time for us to say goodnight. What do you think, guys?
I think it's time for a good night.
Wonderful. Taylor, do our sign off, because I can't do it like you.
All right, you guys. So make sure you make good choices, and if you first it's don't do anything I wouldn't do. Make good choices, and if you decide to not make good choices, then you should make sure you don't get caught. Not the exact same way that I go about it, but still same thing. Tomato, tomato. You know what I mean? So yeah, just don't end up in prison, because I can't bail you out. Seriously,
We don't have bail money.
you're on your
You're
fucking
not
own.
monetized.
But yeah.
All right, everybody. Good night. Love you guys at home.
Good night.